Hello and welcome everybody to the Sonic Experience with Sora Starlight. I'm Sora Starlight, and I'm here tonight with Isabel. Izzy, thank you for being here tonight.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Of course. Izzy, you are self-described as a professional Sonic fan. You're a Twitch and YouTube partner. You're really known for your community engagement, and you've been active on a variety of social media, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all those good things in life. So what we try to do here, Izzy, we try to have a natural conversation. We're just going to go down rabbit holes and just see where they kind of lead us. How's that sound to you?
That's awesome. I'm really good at that. I have ADHD, so I'm ready.
Oh my gosh. Perfect. Yes, I'm right there with you. All right. Feels good. Feels good. So with that in mind, what I want to start with is we're going to go down memory lane. So, or something like that, right? I want you to close your eyes, and you can lie to me. Maybe your eyes aren't closed. It's cool. But either way, I want you to think back when you first discovered Sonic the Hedgehog. Where were you? You know, what were you doing? What were you watching? Maybe you were playing a game. Maybe you were watching TV, and you discovered Sonic. Just kind of put yourself back in that moment and tell me what you thought, what you were feeling, and go.
Okay, so I kind of remember this. It wasn't. It's not like yesterday, but I do remember it pretty vividly, and I kind of forgot about this for a while. It actually hit me with like a ton of bricks when I was streaming, kind of recently. But my first exposure to Sonic was, funny enough, through Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. For the Wii.
Really?
Probably back in like 2009, 2010, something around that time.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah, so I would have been like 8, probably 8 years old. Maybe 7, or around that time. But my cousin, we were visiting my cousin somewhere like middle of nowhere, Texas, and so there's not much to do outside of play video game, you know.
Got you. Yeah. All right.
And he didn't have Mario Kart, so instead of playing Mario Kart, we played Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and I fell in love with Amy, and from there I just remember asking my cousin. I was like, "Hey, what are these guys' names?" And they told me all about each one of them. And I remember going home, and on the big family PC, I went on to YouTube, and I looked up Sonic the Hedgehog, and I was first greeted with like Sonic X, and went to watch Sonic X on like 4Kids, and from there I would get up every Saturday morning, because it was kind of like phasing out, because on 4Kids, because I was for reference, I was born in 2001, so I didn't really get by the time I discovered 4Kids, I was still relatively young, right? But it was already being phased out by that time, so I had to get up super early on Saturday to watch Sonic X. And there were, of course, just a bunch of reruns. But I remember getting up at like 6:30 a.m. I would get up my siblings, and I'd be like, "Guys, we're watching Sonic X on the TV. This is the life." Like,
this is the life.
Yeah. And from there, obviously, it just went from watching the cartoons to unsupervised internet access of just Sonic everything.
Unsupervised. Yes.
I watched a lot of really poorly like drawn Newgrounds, DeviantArt, so on and so forth, animations. But they will stick with me forever, for better or for worse. But yeah, it just kind of, had I known I had ADHD, it would have made a lot of sense that I, just like hyper fixated on something so hard, but my mom just like didn't understand it at the time. She was like, why do you like this guy so much? I was like, I don't really know. I say with my Sonic Rush in hand and Sonic plushie in the other.
Yeah. It's like you're holding Sonic tightly, and then you've got Sonic Rush on a DS. Is that what you Sonic Rush, the game? You mean, or
Sonic Rush? Yeah, the game. Okay. That was my first Sonic game, was Sonic Rush. So.
Oh, okay. Well, outside of All Stars Transformed.
Right. No, I didn't. Okay. So I didn't own that one. That was obviously just like I said, my cousins.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. So that doesn't count, but it was the introduction that led you down.
Yeah.
The rabbit hole. All right. So you were with your family, cousin, and you Sonic Racing or the Sonic Racing Transformed. I forget. It's a title of the game. Anyway. And so did you gravitate to Sonic more so, or Amy? It was, right?
Oh, definitely Amy. It's just because she's so cute. Like, how do you not like her?
Oh, gosh, yeah, I know. No, I've modeled my character to some degree after her.
Oh yeah, she's so cutie. Yeah. Like, no, I get it. I understand. I mean, I made a Sonic OC when I was probably like, I don't know, 9 years old, and like, it definitely just looked like an Amy recolor for sure.
That's how it starts. It's okay. Everyone did that. Yeah, no, it was usually a screenshot from Sonic X in that era. Actually, that's people would do like a recolor of one of the characters. So.
Yeah. But yeah, so, oh my God, I'm just trying to think like what else. Yeah, I made an OC back then.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I just love Amy so much. Like, she's just I've just, hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to gather my thoughts because I have so many different like things coming in on my head.
Yeah.
But Amy is who I gravitated towards, and she is definitely, dare I say, she's my favorite fictional character of all time. Reason being is I see a lot of myself in her.
Wow.
But she definitely made me go, I like this series, not because of Sonic himself, but because of her. I'm the oldest child of like 4 kids. And so also just being the oldest, it's hard to see a lot of like women and or female characters in a position where they are like highly regarded. Not at the time, I should say, because a lot of people hated Amy back then. However, I wouldn't say that's necessarily their fault. It was unfortunately kind of the writing and the direction that they took her at the time.
Right.
But like, it was rare to see a very headstrong female character and who was keeping up with like the rest of the gang, the rest of the gang who were like guys. And I saw that in myself because usually, in my experience, I should say, firstborns tend to be men or boys, at least in my experience. So a lot of my like playmates, whenever we would have like go with like family friends and stuff like that, they're always boys, always boys. It was very rare for me to have another like girly pop to hang out with.
Oh, I see.
So
okay.
Yeah, so seeing Amy, somebody who didn't fully like, because like I would probably have described myself as like a tomboy, but like not fully as a kid. Like I loved playing dress up. I loved being a girly girl, right?
Yeah.
And
same,
seeing Amy, and seeing Amy made me go, oh, I could have both. It doesn't have to be one or the other.
Exactly.
And yeah, seeing her also just keep up with the rest of the gang, the rest of the guys, it made me just really resonate with her and make me go, oh, okay. I like her because she is unapologetically herself. And that is, it's not even Sonic who got me into Sonic. It's Amy Rose. So I love her so much.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. No, Amy, I think what's really great is that when you discovered Amy Rose, especially when you were probably watching Sonic X, the character within that animation, that series, had the benefit of, one, it was Japanese anime, right? So what they do a lot with female characters is I feel like anime is really good at representing very strong-headed, very confident female characters. Even if they're not the main character of the show, those characters are usually in your face and just ready to go and run with even, the boys, so it's there's always that female component that is done really well, I think, in those shows. And Amy really benefited from that, because prior to Sonic X, there wasn't a lot of media or material that depicted her in a more dynamic and not just the Sonic obsessed. And I know we're getting to, we're in a battleground right here, right? We're getting into this, right? With Amy Rose, but because there's a lot of different opinions about it, right? But the fact of the matter is, going through the 90s that I grew up in, Amy was there, but I didn't get to attach myself to her for a couple different reasons. But there wasn't a lot of meat on the bone for her character. And Archie Comics actually were in my opinion, the ones to first kind of give her more personality. Not a lot, but I feel like, again, Sonic X did that the best. And Sonic X started out, 2003 to 2004 era in Japan, and I think it very quickly came over to America, right? And that's
so. Mm-hmm. Funny, not to be like actually,
yes.
but
no, please do. Go.
Sonic X, actually, the first episode aired the day I was born in Japan. So
okay. Okay, yeah, hit me.
Yeah, so the first episode, from what I understand, it debuted on April 6, 2001, which is my birthday.
Oh my gosh, what?
So I was born to love her, I guess, Oh
my gosh, I'm trying to think back, because I kind of associate certain memories with when I was watching the Japanese episode of Sonic X for the first time. So, gosh, it was so long ago, but that's really cool that it was on the first of your birthday. Oh my gosh, it was meant to be. That's what it is. That's the universe, give it a sign, That's really
I guess
cool.
So.
But okay, so Sonic X, though, still, giving Amy that more dynamic personality and letting her shine a lot. But you're right, she was sometimes like tomboy, but she's just like straight up girly girl. She, like, I remember there's always those images when you search her up on Google of her doing like a outfit montage in one of the episodes. Of her trying on different outfits. Yeah, just absolutely. No, Amy Rose is great. The thing I'll say about a lot of fans is it's like, yes, we like Sonic, but there's always that character that they've gravitated to that isn't Sonic. So I find that very interesting. In general, and you of course, like me, kind of gravitated to Amy. And for good reason. It's just, Sonic is like a gateway to a lot of things, I think.
He's my gateway drug, I guess you could say.
Oh no, I set you up for that, right? Yeah, no, he's like, Sonic pulls you in. He's so iconic, and then you get to discover this diverse set of characters, and it's so wonderful that we can all find someone to really latch onto. And what better than Amy?
Dude, I just love her so much. She's just fantastic.
Right, and she's gotten even better over the last decade, especially, I think. I like the moments of her in Sonic Boom, especially. She had some great lines in there, and Sonic, the cartoon anyway. The game, maybe not so much, but the TV show had some good moments for Amy too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love her personality in Boom, the show. I actually played. I haven't finished it yet, but I played most of Rise of Lyric, and yikes is all I have to say. It's not great.
Yeah. I started playing on my streams the 3DS version because I'd never played it, and it's like a collectathon. Like, you are going back, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so much. I don't want to play this as 5 different characters or whatever, how many it is, like these levels back and forth. It's a bit of a trip, I'll say. I haven't
Yeah,
gone
if I
back
wanted
to
to
it.
play a collectathon, I would be playing Donkey Kong Country. Like,
Something like that. Yeah, like collectathons can be cool, but I'm like, I don't like to go tread the same ground like 4 or 5 times. Some people do. That's cool, you know. But
yeah, good for them. Not my
good
cup
for
of tea.
So I think that kind of answers like, so was there a particular game or show or, you know, moment that really you know, got you into it? You know, your first moment with that Sonic Racing, and then you went and looked it up online and you found Sonic X. But one thing you said that made me really pause for a moment was going into Newgrounds and such and DeviantArt. Now I grew up in the 90s, so I started getting into the internet in the 99 era, you know, and Newgrounds was, you know, alive and well. And there was a lot of Sonic animations on there, and I was just like all night when I discovered them, just going through them, and a lot of them was like Mario versus Sonic, and then, you know, a lot of silly stuff like that. But did you discover Nazo Unleashed during that era when you were on there?
So yeah, so I actually, I don't mean to like date anybody or anything like that, but I'm definitely a little younger and so all the Newgrounds animations that I watched were actually uploaded onto YouTube. So I myself didn't go on Newgrounds that often. Yeah.
I see. You got around the back door and you want to, okay. Well, still.
Yes. But Nazo, for example, I actually watched it for the first time on my stream earlier this year.
Oh, good. Okay.
I had never seen it simply because I just didn't think it was that cool. I just was like, I just looked at the thumbnail and I just remember like being like, sure, I guess I'll look at this. I watched the first minute of it, I remember, and being like, yeah, I don't think this is really for me. And then I clicked off. So, sorry not to be boring to the people at home, but yeah, I was like not intrigued at the time. Again, I was mostly there for Amy Rose.
Yeah.
and less so for Sonic. But having watched it as an adult, like 20 years later, maybe, I don't know how long it's been, but it's really cool. I think what's his name, Chakra X,
I think,
is that the name of the animator?
Was the person.
Yeah, no, phenomenal stuff. I know he now works in the actual animation industry, which is fantastic. I'm like glad that he was able to do that. His stuff is great. I saw that he was trying to put together something new, like a new project. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my God, that looks so fucking phenomenal. Excuse me, sorry. It looks so phenomenal. And I would love to see more of it. But however, I understand he is an adult with priorities and a job. And so I don't know if we'll see that anytime soon, but it's really cool to even see like the bare bones that he has for that project that he's been wanting to work on. So I think his stuff is fantastic. Even the stuff that even like Nazo Unleashed, which is like super old at this point. Yeah. It looked great, and I think it's such a product of its time, and it definitely is nostalgic for me, even though I didn't watch it back then.
Yeah, I discovered it much later than it originally was posted online, but it was Dragon Ball inspired everything. It was pretty cool at the time, and a lot of people from that era always reference that, like, what was a lot of fan community kind of animation. Oh, Nazo, but no, you're right, that was lacking a lot of Amy. Except for one scene, I think. She pops up at the end.
Except for one scene. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, dang it. All right, now I think kind of the tables have turned a little bit. We definitely have more Amy focused things these days, which is a blessing, thank goodness, right? But and nothing to say of the movie coming out in a couple years, for Sonic Movie 4. That'll be, oof. You're excited, right?
I'm so excited for it. Like literally, if I could go back in time and tell like 8-year-old me, 9-year-old me that I would be like watching Amy Rose on the big screen in like, you know, but I guess I'll be 26 by then. Oh, I'll be 26 by then, but like, you know.
It's all good. I get you. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's pretty
I think she would
exciting.
freak out. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she'd freak out. Excuse my wording, but I would shit my pants. So
Yeah. No, totally.
yeah.
That, I think that drives the point home. People, pooping your pants. It's expressive. Look, it's a big deal. All right.
It's a big deal. Look, my girlie's on screen. You better believe I'm showing up. Frame one at the theater, popcorn,
Yes.
anything Amy Rose in my hand. It right then and there. Like I'm gonna have it
Yeah.
on.
We're gonna be
I had
feasting.
the I was very lucky and very fortunate to be able to attend the movie 3 premiere.
Yeah, I saw some photos, I believe. Yeah, you were there, right?
Yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool. If I am lucky and fortunate enough to attend the 4th one, I already have my dress planned.
Oh, I
I
bet.
already have my dress planned. And I want to do, you know, that scene in Sonic X, where it's the best episode of Sonic X, or at least in the first season. You know, when Sonic is
Cool.
like, taking Helen, to that island to go see the flowers, and the government is like trying to get him over to go to the White House because
they're hunting him down, right?
Yeah, they're hunting him down because the president needs a little photo op with Sonic. But anyways,
but Sonic's just
that
out, like, having a
particular
good
one.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, all his friends go to like the White House, right? And when Amy steps out of the limo, she has that like really cute dress on with like
The
the
red
white
dress.
sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the red long dress. I want to make that, and I want to wear that to the premiere
Please do.
if I get the
Please do.
opportunity.
Yes. No, I've got Art of my OC wearing that dress. That dress is iconic. Speaking of going on Google and searching Amy Rose, like 99% you're gonna see that particular outfit, hands down. Like and it's
it's
so
icon.
adorable. Yeah, icon, exactly. No, that sounds breathtaking. I hope you get the opportunity. Now, speaking of outfits, I'll say, you know, a year ago, Sonic Symphony in New York City, me and a bunch of friends went. Have you been to Sonic Symphony at all? Anywhere?
I have. I've been twice now, both in LA.
Oh, both in LA. Gotcha. So, no, but when we went a year ago, a lot of us decided to get dressed up and stuff. So I ended up wearing a Amy Rose inspired, you know, dress and headband and everything. Just like I've said to myself, I was like, I can either go boring or I could put something cute on and have some fun, you know? So I was like, dang it, I'm wearing something Amy Rose inspired. I'm doing it, not stopping. So getting that chance to like do something that's related to the character that you love it's precious. It's really fun to do. So
It's really cool. I love seeing everybody's like Sonic inspired outfits at the symphony. It was just so much fun to see.
Yeah, everyone, it's almost like going to an anime convention or you know, game con of some sort, where everybody's just like, you can just breathe and be yourself and just like do whatever and wear just you want to dress up like this character or that character, do it, have fun, enjoy yourself, doesn't matter. So no, I hope you can pull that off. Now you told me all about like the origins, right, of you discovering Sonic and everything, right? So and then subsequently Amy and all that. When did it start to like content creation? Like when did that kick off for you? You know, what really made you kind of go down that avenue where you know what, I want to start making videos and stuff?
So it's kind of like, it's such a weird like roundabout like way of getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like my story might be like very different from most people's. But I started streaming when I was like 18. I was like fresh out of high school, like a college freshman. And at the time, that's when you start to find yourself, like you're just becoming an adult, like you're seeing the world really for the first time, and it could either be awesome or earth-shattering or both.
Or both.
Or both, and it was both for me, I'll say. But at the time, so I have to kind of give some background here.
Please
so
do.
I grew up, I've lived in many different states in the US. But my teenage years were spent in Colorado. So I'm a Colorado girly through and through. And it was just so interesting because, like, at the time, there was a lot of people who didn't have the same hobbies as me. Like, a lot of my friends from high school, as awesome as they were, we just didn't share the same hobbies. I loved them so much. But yeah, it was just hard for me to like have something really to talk about. That wasn't like me always catering to them, right? And that's not a bad thing per se, right? But yeah, I want to be a little selfish. I kind of want to talk about my hobbies sometimes. Like, I would like to go play video games instead of going out and hiking, all the time.
Right.
So it started really with my dad telling me, hey, those video games you play all the time, you should like stream that. And I was like, how do you know about that, Dad?
It's a double take, Dad.
How do you know about that?
How do you know?
Yeah, well, my dad has always just been like curious about things and about tech. So he's always had an eye on like the tech world. So he was like, you should just like stream that. And I was like, no, nobody's gonna watch me, whatever. It's whatever. But one day, I kind of like had a little breaking point where I was like, man, I don't have any friends that like to do the same thing as me. I really don't have any friends that are into the same niche nerdy interests as me. I want to find people like that. So I kind of took my dad's advice and I started streaming. I originally played a game called Osu. I'm outing myself here.
Osu. Okay.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game. I started streaming that because I was really hyper fixated on that for like a long time. And I streamed it for a long time, and then I was kind of getting sick of streaming just that, so I shifted to my new hyperfixation, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
My. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, so I was in the Smash community for a long time. It kind of got me to where I am right now. So it was good and it was bad, I know I could say a lot of things about the Smash community. You guys probably already know what I'm talking about. It's not always great, but I did meet a lot of good people.
Wow, so you could say the same about the Sonic fandom. You copy paste that for any fandom, frankly. So
no, well and truly, yeah. It has its good and bad apples.
Yes.
And so as much as I really love Smash, I still really enjoy the game quite a bit. The community was no longer for me, and I slowly phased myself out from that. But yeah, it started with Osu into Smash and then slowly into Sonic somehow. I don't really recall how it went into Sonic, but Sonic is obviously in Smash Brothers. And I think I just like, some of my favorite players were Sonic players. Namely Sonic's. He's a fantastic guy, by the way. I love that guy so much. And he was, I know he is controversial and not a lot of people really like to watch him because he like does this thing called like timing out people. But I'm not here to, I'm not necessarily here to like watch him play professionally. He's more of a friend than he is like somebody I watch, to play Smash Brothers. But yeah, I think it went from like me just like hanging out, talking to people who like Sonic in the Smash community to kind of being like, okay, I see y'all are hype about Sonic. It would be cool to like start transitioning the stuff I do around Sonic, because that is something that has been my like longest hyperfixation, like ever.
You're right. Same, frankly.
Yeah, so I was like, it would be kind of cool to find other people who like this little blue guy as much as I do, because I am getting a little tired of the Smash community. But again, I have a lot of the people from there were awesome, and I still talk to a lot of them to this day.
Well, yeah,
But
you met
yeah, I
friends along the
slowly,
way. Yeah.
yeah, I slowly transitioned from that into Sonic and variety, because as much as I love Sonic the Hedgehog, you got to have a little bit of variety in there as well.
Yes, you
So,
do. Absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
bounce between Sonic and Nintendo generally in the grand scheme of
Yeah.
things. So yeah, no, I agree with you on that.
I also big Nintendo girly here too. I grew up playing a lot of Nintendo games, or a lot of Sonic games on Nintendo consoles, but also a lot of
Yep.
Nintendo games as well. So
That's right.
yeah, a lot of Nintendo, mostly Sega. And just I'm branching out into a bunch of other games now that I was not able to play as a kid, but can as an adult. So
Right. Gotcha. Yeah, well, it's interesting because you did grow up in an era where, yeah, Sonic had transitioned over to being multi-platform, Nintendo especially. I think around 2010 and later is when they went into that 3-year deal with Nintendo actually, and they did Sonic Boom, they did Mario and Sonic Olympics, and gosh, what was the third one? Oh crap, what was the third one they did? It doesn't matter. Anyway, they were in a 3-game deal. So Sonic was prolific on the Nintendo consoles. But that's what a lot of people tell me when from your kind of generation, they're seeing Sonic through the Nintendo kind of lens, playing those games that were ported over. And often when they went into like the classic era, Gems collection and stuff like that. Did you get a chance to play the classics in that manner, or did you approach them differently?
I did play them very differently. So I would say I'm like that older end of Gen Z. So I did grow up kind of an iPad kid, but not fully an iPad kid. It was my iPod Touch for my fellow Zoomers out there.
I'm sorry, I have not heard the phrase iPad kid. This is the first time I've heard that. No.
Oh my God.
I've not heard that phrase. And so I'm just kind of like, what? iPad kid.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's used to describe like mostly kids who are raised on an iPad for, again, better or for worse.
For better or for worse, right?
Yeah, so wasn't fully raised on it because my mom would be like, you've been on that, as she say, you've been on that thing way too long. You need to go outside. So she would then tell me to put it away, and then I would go play outside instead.
Good.
Yeah, so I had a really good balanced like between electronics and being outside. So
okay.
Yeah, a lot of things that I played on my iPod Touch was the port of Sonic 2. I played Sonic 2 on my iPod Touch because they had recently, at the time, Christian Whitehead, I believe.
Yes.
Did a iOS port of Sonic 1, 2, and I think CD.
Yeah, he did those 3. He rebuilt the games, remastered them. Yeah.
So I played them on my iPod Touch in 2011, 2012.
That's amazing, on an iPod Touch. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. That's the first time I've heard that answer. That is awesome. I'm on the Android side of things, but same difference. Great remasters. Love Christian Whitehead. But going back to your content creation, I think that's really cool that you kind of found your way to Sonic, which reminded me when I started doing streams in 2015, and I never, for some reason, occurred to me, why don't I stream my hyperfixation? Why don't I do Sonic? And so I was trying to be more mainstream, and I was doing Grand Theft Auto or whatever was popular on Steam, or or I don't know, whatever the latest Nintendo. I remember playing Smash Brothers on stream. So it's like, but then one day it like dawned on me, like the clouds opened up and there was like light shining down. I was like, wow, that's bright. But I was like, oh wait, Sonic. Huh. Let's try
He
that.
was right there the whole time.
It took me years, really years to
That
come to
blue
that.
rat was scurrying around my feet this whole time, and I didn't even look down.
Yeah, I could have stepped on him. Jeez. And that epiphany happened like around 2022, and then that was about the time when I got my OC for the first. Now you mentioned OCs. And you had made an OC back when you were a kid, and it was like a recolor or anything, But anyway, going fast forward to present, it looks like you. I don't think I saw a Sonic OC of yours, and maybe I missed it during my research, but you do have this persona I see on screen right now. That's your primary representation. Like, well, I know you're on cam. Right, so you don't use like an avatar generally, right?
Yeah, I usually am like on camera. I prefer to be on camera because I'm super like expressive, and I talk with my hands a lot, so I like being on camera for that reason. I do have like this little Sona, as you can see right here, and I do have like a VTuber. For the days that I don't want to be on camera, because you know how it is. You don't always want to do your makeup. Like I might want to make content, but it's like, girl, I don't want to do like my whole makeup routine right now. Like that is like at least 30 minutes, and God forbid my hair decides to like be against me today too.
Yes, there are good days and bad days, and it's like some days it's like, I got to get on stream, and it's like, camera. That's kind of what was so attractive to me about having a avatar, a VTuber character, to step in and not have to worry about, all right, where's my hair, where's my makeup, but so yeah, no, I feel that.
Yeah, so mostly camera stuff, but literally I have this Sona just because I wanted to make it. I love to draw. I also do art sometimes on the side. It's more of a hobby than it is like any like content or work stuff. But I just made it one day and I really, really liked it. And I was like, yeah, that's just gonna be my little guy from here on out.
Yes, guy.
Yeah, whenever I'm not like on camera. And then VTuber it's been recent actually. I did a subathon recently for my birthday. And one of the goals was to get a VTuber model. It is a pre-made one, but maybe one day I could get like you commission like an actual one. But yeah, that's just for the days I want to stream and make content. However, I just don't want to be on camera. So
yeah. Have you considered doing a Sonic OC for the VTuber?
I do. Someone actually did make me a Sonic OC. As much as I like love Sonic, I think I'd like to stay with just like my, I guess, person Sona.
Yeah, human. Got it. Yep.
Yeah, my human. Just because I feel like that's more me, that represents me more. As much as I love Sonic, I think this is more so for me, but I don't mind having a Sona for sure, like just for funsies,
Yeah. No, I feel that. No, absolutely. It's some people want to be human, just it's all about what you, like you said, it's like that whatever is more, represents you, ultimately, of course.
Yeah.
Now, your content creation now, I like some of your more recent videos, I saw you reacting to cringe Sonic Confessions, a couple months ago, and then I think you were doing the was it the Bechdel test, with the girls and and all that. So some of these are very long videos, which I found very impressive, because look, a 50-minute video for the Bechdel test, like that's a big commitment that I don't see too often, like especially on cam and everything. What's the, like, do you have a, like, what's your drive behind all that, you know, because it is very time consuming and all that stuff, you know. So how does it start? You get like kind of a, you know, an idea, and then you kind of flesh it out, and you know, all that good stuff.
I guess I don't really. I'll be so for real. I'm not like super organized. Like, I'm really just starting YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. I've like tried to do YouTube before, but I think it wasn't me. I think I was trying to imitate other people, and it wasn't me. And now I feel like I really found my like niche, what I like to do. And so now I this is where I will say, like, yeah, I'm actually starting YouTube, even though I've had YouTube for like, I don't know, like a couple years now.
Right.
And I've had videos that are on there. They've been on there for like 2 years or something like that.
Yeah, a couple years. It goes back, yeah, as far as I remember.
Yeah. I feel like that wasn't really me. That, again, just I was more so copying other people, trying to figure out what is the vibe. But now I'm like, okay, I know how I want to do my content. I know who I am as a content creator. So it took me a while to get there, but hey, I'm glad I found my niche. But as far as like planning, I just go, that's funny. And I go, let's write that down and let's get to it at someday. And some days I have more of a drive than others. Just cute ADHD things.
Right.
But I have to like really force myself sometimes to go and like record a video. But the second I do it, it's like a second nature. It's really, really fun, and I enjoy it so much. There's not a lot of planning outside of like whatever I have to, depending on what the idea is. I do have one video where I have to get a bunch of content creators together, and that will require more time management and more planning and getting everybody on the same wavelength and all of that. But that's not for a while. Like, I don't plan on doing that for like another month or two. But like, that's the most I am as far as like planning goes with like YouTube videos. If you're wondering about like the Bechdel test one, I quite literally just sat down one day after having the idea, and I went through footage for about 4 hours to see if two girly pops were talking to each other about something other than a man. And I had to take some liberties with it, and I do have some moments in my video. A lot of people have pointed it out, like, oh, like these two girlies talk at this point, and I was like, oh, you're so right. I didn't even like think of that, or I didn't even like catch that. Because it is really just me, myself, and I making these videos.
Yeah, it can be hard, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I could just totally have a mistake and oversee something. But you know, it's really not that serious. So
you wing it a little bit.
Yeah, I totally wing it for sure.
So do I. Yep.
Yeah. It's kind of the nature of content creation, dare I say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, sometimes you get a little nugget of an idea, and it either goes somewhere or it doesn't. And even if you do start working on that idea, you might have like, ooh, look at this other pretty thing. That's shiny. Let me chase that for a while. And, you know, I'm sure that happens too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of ideas that I have on the back burner, simply because I have other things that I need to work on immediately, or something that I'm more passionate about right now. And that's okay. That's totally fine. As long, I usually just say, like, if it's not on like a time restraint, then it can sit on the back burner. But if it is, it has to be done right now.
Right.
Yeah, because some things do a little bit better than others. For example, like when the Cross Worlds trailer showed like Miku, Ichiban, and Joker. Yeah. I was not home and I could not record that content. And by the time I got home, I was like, it's not even worth it. Like, the hype has passed. Yeah. Sometimes you just have to just let it go. It is what it is. It happens. But yeah, things like that definitely take priority, where it's like, okay, the hype is now, we gotta get rolling right now. But other things, like the video that I was telling you with a bunch of creators that I need to get together, that can sit on the back burner. That can happen at any time. That is just
Yeah.
whenever I can do it.
There's no time expiry behind
Yes.
the idea, right? No, well, but you're right. When that whole trailer dropped at Summer Game Fest, it was like fire, and every content creator was jumping on it. Same with me. Now I haven't gotten into doing like videos of like subjects like, hey, let's talk about this, and record a video about it. I want to, but it's hard because of my schedule and stuff. But what I find that I'm gravitating more and more towards is I'll have chats and I'll vibe on stream live with my audience, and we'll go through those things. I think I could probably then probably take those VODs and stick them up on YouTube, those segments. I could probably do that, but time is like so limiting, and you really have to pick and choose what you're gonna go at, a lot of the time. But what I also do is I will, on social media, on X, Twitter, whatever, really I'll do commentary posts and just, hey, here's my my thought about something. I'll put that content out there and start a conversation with people. That's what I like to do, is like I'll put something, hey, what do you guys think of this? What'd you think of this part of the trailer? What'd you think of Miku, etc.? So that's what I've been trying to like kind of bite my, sink my teeth into. That's the phrase. That's what I've been trying to sink my teeth into lately. To kind of like, okay, if I can't record something, at least I'm doing this and having some engagement with my audience that way.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I don't necessarily do it on socials because I kind of low-key suck at it.
It's hard. It's time consuming. Yeah.
Yeah, I love to do it on my stream where I can interact then and there with my chat and like talk about it and like actually have real-time feedback. Because what usually ends up happening, and this is again an ADHD thing, is just like I'll see a response and be like, that's cool, I'll respond to that, and then I never respond to it because I have so many other things that are like taking my attention in the moment, and it feels like, and I don't want people to think that like I ignore them, because I promise you I'm not. It's just like I just like, ooh, shiny object, I gotta go do my dishes, I've gotta go do the laundry, I've gotta go finish editing this video, or I gotta start stream. There's so many other things that I'm doing, so like responding on like socials is like so much harder for me to do. So I'm not like as active on socials as I used to. I mean, it is just growing up too. Like I have so many other things that I'm doing. I just moved out of my parents' home for the first time, and oh my god, okay. Thank you. And I am finding myself just scrambling to do so many things. It's like, oh my god, now I understand why my mom was always like, oh, I always have to clean. I'm always cleaning all the time, because girl, real, I'm literally cleaning all the time. Like I get up, I'm sweeping, I get up, I'm making my food. Okay, now I have to do the dishes. Okay, now I have a little bit of time, let's edit. Oh my gosh, now I have to go do the laundry. I have guests coming over tomorrow. It's like something is constantly happening. So
oh yeah,
it's like
same. Well, it's good that you're, well, first of all, again, congrats, and
thank you.
What a wonderful thing is when you have your own place. It's like if you are on top of those simple things, sweeping or just general cleaning, it'll build on you, and then it just makes you feel ugh. At least for me anyway. That's what drives me. I'm like, no, I need to take care of this thing so I feel good about me, or else I'll walk out into the kitchen and be like, I see things and they shouldn't be there. I must clean it. Yeah. Especially during the summer, you get ants. I live more kind of a country-ish area, so I battle raccoons sometimes during the summer.
Oh no.
Yeah, let alone ants trying to get in and eating the crumbs I leave on a counter. We got raccoons in those things. I think I've got pretty good trash, and the raccoons seem to agree. So they'll come, they'll eat it. And
I like yummy in my tummy.
I know, right? They're gosh darn it, I don't know. I caught them on camera, and I put like some big logs on top of my trash can. thinking, oh, this will keep them out. They can't remove these logs of wood, right? No, these things can go. They have little human hands, essentially.
They're smart.
Yeah, and they're like, huh, this is funny. Knocks them off. And they get into the trash. And I'm like, no. But anyway, it's the country girl area, whatever. But no, I think that's great, when you're in your own home and keeping up with all that stuff. But it's real, like your time becomes so finite, and you have to allot it to different things, and that's not even mentioning, like, if you have a full-time job or otherwise that you have to go to every day, a day job, etc. It's time management is hard.
Yeah, no, for real. And especially as a content creator, because like I will never say like, oh, it's so hard, being a content creator is so hard, you guys don't understand. Like, I hate when people say that. That's like one of my biggest pet peeves, like ever, is when like content creators, obviously not all, but there's like a couple out there who will just like, they'll like whine about being a content creator. Oh, it's so hard. It's like, girl.
Yep.
No, I mean, it is hard, but like not how they are necessarily making it out to be. Like, for example, yes, it's hard, but it's mostly time management. Like, if you want to be a content creator, I feel like time management is so important. Like, people don't really talk about how your time management skills really are put to the absolute test as a content creator, because when you're at, like, for example, my level, I'm not like a big content creator. I'm not even medium, I would say. I'm still a relatively small content creator, but like, even then, I'm my own manager. I am a content creator. I'm an editor. I am my own social media manager.
Yep, the list goes on.
Yeah, I do pretty much all of that. I interact with my community. I set dates to like do Discord hangouts. I have to manage my moderator. And on top of that, like cleaning, like just day-to-day life tasks, like cleaning, like personal hygiene, things like that.
Oh yeah.
It gets like a lot. It becomes a lot.
Yes.
So I think time management, if you don't have that as a content creator, it's a struggle. And I definitely struggle on days, for sure, because I get burnout pretty easily. I think not pretty easily, as much as like, your typical ADHDer. But like, it happens, and when it happens, it's not cute. It's not a cute moment.
Yeah. I get that. Well, when you mentioned people complaining, I've seen that too, and I say to myself, it's almost like you don't like what you're doing when I see people really like crash out and they're like, it's so hard. It's like, yeah, and like you said, yes, it can be hard, but there's also a joy for me.
Oh, absolutely.
That I get out of, okay, I accomplished these things, and then everybody's enjoying it. I'm literally giving like this content out there because I want to entertain people. I want people to be happy. That's my end goal. And I know it's the same for you. I'm sure it's like you see people have that positive reaction to the content you created, and then that fuels your desire to do more, and so on and so on. And then and then it plays into the time management, and it's hard, but as long as you're enjoying it and you thrive off of that positivity that people give you back in return, I think there's like there's no end to what you can create when you have that motivation behind you and your community.
Oh yeah, no, I think what really drives me to continue creating is the community and the people around me. I say this so often. I'm so endlessly grateful for my community, specifically on like Twitch, because my Discord and Twitch community, because they're the ones I see almost every single day. YouTube is, I'm still trying to figure that one out. I'm still not fully integrated with my YouTube community yet because I'm still just figuring all of that out. But the ones who do come to my Twitch chat, like they know I'm always like talking to them. I always like making sure, you know, that everything's good. I love them so much. Like I really, really care for my community because I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for them.
Of course.
And like seeing them like just like I have so many words.
I know. It's okay. No, work through them. You know, no pressure. We're here to just talk, you know?
But yeah, like when I had my subathon in April, a lot of them were saying, like, as I was ending, they're like, "Oh, you're like the only person I watch on Twitch.
Oh my goodness.
You are like, you know, the one person that I tune into every single time," and it like melts my heart because I'm like, "Oh my God, you chose me. That's so sweet. Thank you so much."
Yeah.
Because there's so a sea of different content creators that they could be choosing, and they decided to choose me, and that I'm so grateful, and knowing that they just enjoy me and my personality and my content, and we just like riff off each other, me and chat. Like we usually have a great time in my streams, and it makes me want to do more and like give back to them because they've given me so much. I want to give back to them as much as I possibly can.
Yeah, I feel the same because, you know, as far as my presence with, you know, as an influencer, streamer, and the community I have, I'm very much entry level. You know, I'm starting, and the last year has been a whirlwind, and I've built such a foundation and community over the last year. It's sometimes I have to have kind of like a double take, and I'm like, wait, why people actually are tuning in on my streams because they just me, you know, and that means the world to me. Like my community, you know, they tune in, they come, they chat, they give me their thoughts, and they like to hear what I'm saying. And you know, and I'll be honest, growing up, I had I don't like to make like I have a traumatic childhood or anything. I had some bad stuff in my childhood, but I also had a lot of good, you know. But my point is, I was very much made to feel like I was not special and that I was not good enough, and that even enjoying Sonic and the Hedgehog and other stuff I enjoyed as a kid was weird, and that I should have grown out of that stuff much sooner, you know. Which is so bizarre looking at it now in hindsight, because obviously Sonic has a fan base that is quite large, both young and older, you know, alike, you know. But you know, growing up with all of that, kind of being made to feel that way, I now come here in the community and I'm doing these streams, and again, you know, people are like, wow, we really love and appreciate what you're doing, Sora. And in my mind, I'm just like doing hurdles of like, oh my God, why? First of all, what am I doing that's that special, right? And it's just all this like self-doubt starts kicking in, right? And then I have to like stop myself. I'm like, okay, wait. It's okay. Like, it's okay to just enjoy and be a part of the community, and just to do what I'm enjoying, and to just, you know, take a compliment. Chat says, Sora, we you know, we enjoy what you're doing. I've had to tell myself I need to accept that and just take it in. And it makes me, it gets me emotional sometimes because of how I was brought up, you know. Like, I was almost programmed to not accept this positive feedback, you know. So that's been a huge hurdle for me as a content creator, just being able to just cope with like, oh my gosh, I'm not huge or anything, but I have this like little nugget of a community, you know, and they enjoy the content. I don't know if that's kind of anything that you've had to cope with. That's me, of course. So it's been a ride.
Oh yeah, imposter syndrome is something I deal with kind of like on and off. There's times where I've had to talk to like my boyfriend multiple times. I'm like, oh, I'm not worth it. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, you put in so much like time and energy and da 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 da. And I'm like, oh, I guess you're right. Like,
yeah. You have to give yourself a pat on the back.
Yeah. So it happens not like super often, but it happens like every so often. I probably deal with it like once a quarter is what I'll say. Like once a quarter I deal with imposter syndrome. And I'm like,
I think I'm down to like
but it
once
hits
a month,
hard.
you know.
Yeah.
Where I self-reflection can be rough sometimes when it hits.
Yeah, no, for sure. Because I feel like there's only like I get a moment where like once a quarter everything slows down and I'm like, what happened?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's in the positivity in face of sometimes so much negativity that's out there. You know, have you had to deal with a lot of negativity at all in general, whether it's your content creation or and I'll speak more broadly, in the community outside of our content. The Sonic community is kind of, people pick on it sometimes and say, "Ugh, wow, it's so negative," blah blah blah. For me, and I want I'm curious what your thoughts are, but for me, I find that to be kind of, yes, there's bad apples, but by and large, I think the community is very special, very positive, and so I don't buy into like the community is terrible and negative. Again, there are those elements there, but any fandom, in my opinion, has that. We're not special in that regard. So but that's my thoughts.
Yeah. Negativity in the Sonic community, I feel like I try to stay as clear away from things like that as much as possible. If I do speak my opinions, it's usually on my content. It's usually on my stream or on YouTube videos. And I just don't want to get in like a typing battle with like some rando on the internet who's just like, yeah, literally, it's like, girl, I gotta do my dishes. I don't have time to be doing all this on the internet in big 2025. Like I'm good. Like I don't have that time for that right now. So I usually just like talk about my opinions regarding Sonic on my stream mostly. Because I can actually have a constructive conversation with people in real time. And we can both hear each other out in real time, opposed to like this person replies and then hours later the next person replies, so on and so forth. And usually they're not even willing to hear the other person's side, right?
Yeah.
So I've learned that if I want to talk about my opinions, I'll just do it in my stream, because it typically ends up being like a oh, I don't agree with you, and I go, well, this is my opinion, and they go, this is my opinion, and I go, oh, I get it, okay, and then we move on.
Yeah,
it's really, it's so much easier for me to have like a real time like constructive conversation than doing it behind a screen. And usually I feel like people, anonymity, I think, I apologize if I said that wrong.
No, I think you got it. Yeah.
Yeah. That really makes people like super like, in my experience, it makes people like super courageous to say just things takes that they typically wouldn't like face to face. Like, so whenever somebody says something like really rude towards me online, I just go, but they wouldn't say that to my face, so it's whatever. Like, no, yes. Well and truly, like the people will just like say things, and then I have to think about it, like, would they say that to my face? No, they don't have the guts to say that to my face, real. So they're hiding behind a screen. Because
yeah,
like why would you say something that rude to somebody's face? I've always,
Yeah.
something I've grown up with is treat others the way you want to be treated. And I've taken that like very seriously. Like, I'm not trying to like, flame somebody for just a single opinion that I have on some like fictional character. Like, it's really not all
Good.
that, guys.
Yep.
It's really not all that, guys. It is just a fictional character. Like, we've got more serious things to worry about, like my dishes. So
Your dishes, yo. Yes.
yeah,
I agree.
so
I agree.
but yeah.
Well, I mean, you mentioned, it's like I think what really matters at the end of the day, and a lot of people get caught up in these fictional characters, and I think it's fine to attach yourself and to really have this, whether it's Sonic or Amy or Tails or so on. Those characters can be a part of your life, and God knows Sonic has been a constant since I first discovered Sonic, by the way, like 1991 Christmas. I got him as a pack
You're like
in my
OG.
Genesis. I'm OG. Yeah. So that's how I discovered it, and it's been a part of my life since. And likewise with you, it's been part of your life. And so it's like, yes, it's. My point is, like, some people don't know how to like detach in certain situations, and it's like, all right, cool, let's slow down. Fictional character, let's not like lose sleep, let's not go too nuts. And it's like, no, yes, you can be passionate, yes, you can defend the character, yes, but it's like, let's take a step back sometimes. And I think a lot of people get lost and don't know how to do that, and they'll just go until they feel like they've won this like battle on the internet. And it's like, but at the end of the day, what is this battle that you're fighting? Like, it's it's the separation. There has to be a separation, I think, at some point with this stuff, or you do get lost in the weeds.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely a healthy amount to partake in anything, really. I understand that like fictional characters, a lot of people use to like kind of cope with like the real world and stuff like that, and I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there is a healthy amount to indulge in things, and getting real life angry over something that in the grand scheme of things isn't like that crazy.
Yeah.
It's not worth your time, it's not worth your brain cells.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you're so passionate about like said character and how they're represented, so on and so forth. But yeah,
Yes.
I just think it's not worth getting yourself upset over, or another person,
Right.
But we can let's change that, and instead maybe celebrate these characters and make it more of a good thing than a bad thing. Let's not be at war with it. Let's celebrate them. Yeah.
I think that's great. I think that's the big takeaway there is, instead of getting lost in the weeds on, well, your opinion sucks and mine's right. Like, well, first and foremost, these characters brought us together. We should be able to appreciate each other on that level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like, you mentioned like real world stuff, dishes, cleaning, etc. It's like my life day to day, I have a kid, I have a day job, I have all these challenges, and then, like I said to you before we started this, I got the kiddo to bed. Now I get to play. This is it's like I get to let myself out and go, all right, go have fun, Sora. Okay. I get a couple hours to myself, and I do content creation. That's how I kind of spend my time. But when so I'm not going to get caught up in online feuds if I can help.
Oh yeah.
I think sometimes it's like, it's okay. I got to deal with. You're gonna have to deal with this dumb stuff, that comes up in the fandom and whatever, and But it's like I would never, and I try never to make it like the foundation, or like, what, I am so angry and I'm going to make sure people know my opinion and why it's right about this XYZ character, game, or direction that the franchise is taking. No, if I'm ever angry talking about Sonic or in general, I'm like, there's a problem. I don't want that. I don't want that. Because why? Why do that to yourself, right?
Yeah. Like, yeah, it's like I said, it's not worth your brain cells to be so upset over something so silly at the end of the day. He's just a silly blue rat, you know?
Silly blue rat, right? Yeah. And he's got, a silly pink rat with him and a orange.
A yellow
or
fox.
Brown. Yeah, orange, yellow, yeah, however you feel about the fur color. See, now we can debate that. We can debate that.
Yeah, no. My boyfriend and I get so heated about this one, actually. Obviously in a playful way.
Right.
But do you know Katie, the I don't know her title anymore. I just know she was in charge of social media.
No, she's the social media manager. Yeah, she's part of it. She still is Katie, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I do know Katie personally.
Yeah, she's so sweet on all the things I've seen her. Online,
I love you, Katie.
Yeah.
I miss you so much. But
trying to get her and others on.
I'm sure she has the time she would love to. But anyways, so my boyfriend and I know Katie personally, and we were just having dinner one time at a friend's house, and my boyfriend looks over at Katie and he goes, "So Tails is orange, right, Katie?" And I look over at Katie and I say, "Is he orange, Katie?
Yeah.
Is he?" And she just shrugs and she goes, "I can't say."
I can't say.
She's like, "I can't say."
Off the record, Katie. Off the record, though, right?
Yeah. And so I said, "No, he's yellow. He's yellow, right, Katie? Because Tails is Katie's favorite Sonic character."
Okay.
And I was like, "No, but he's yellow, right, Katie?" She's like, I can't say." And I was like, so then my boyfriend and I started like beefing, like, is he yellow or is he orange? I think he is just a deep shade of yellow.
A deep shade of yellow. Let's get the color wheel out. Let's see. Let's go with the, can we get an image, a little color dropper, and let's see what it comes up with the hex, color code. That's awesome.
No,
what
I'd be
great
curious.
Story. Yeah.
But yeah,
I call them burnt orange, maybe, or something. Or no, a burnt yellow.
Yeah,
maybe a burnt yellow.
A burnt yellow. I'm happy with a burnt yellow.
Little smoldering Tails walks out and be like, "Tails, what's up?" I'm a burnt yellow. That's like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm happy for you that you came to that conclusion, buddy."
Yeah, it's so actually, speaking of like arguments and like being like, "Yeah, that's cool. I respect your opinion."
Yes.
I ran a convention called Sonic Expo last year. And I was
you were coordinator, right?
Yes, I was the content creator coordinator and event coordinator. So I was double dipping into two places. We'll never do that again. That was just a lot of work.
Oof, that sounds like a lot of work. Yeah. No,
it was a lot of work.
Yeah, I did catch that on my research in prep for this.
Yeah.
So, yikes. Yeah, I didn't know you did all those things. I knew a couple of them, but anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah, so one of the panels that we put on was Sonic, like I called it the Great Sonic Debate, and it had little things like is Tails yellow or orange, or is it Hydrocity or Hydro City? Which version of it doesn't matter is better, SA1 or SA2? Those silly little topics. And we had people divided on the sides of the stage, talking about which is which one's better. And at the end of the day, it was really just fun and games, because I think if you can't have a little healthy debate, is it even that fun, But it was a good, silly, fun, healthy debate. Nobody got upset. Nobody was
thank goodness.
Even in the audience either. Like it was just a good, fun time. And I just, going back to what we're saying, I wish there was more healthy, fun debates like that instead of like genuine anger,
Yeah, because some people do get angry over silly things, and it's at the same time, it's like, okay, can we take these things and just like flip it and just like, haha, we actually debate these things in the fandom, like, you know, like just kind of self-deprecation or just kind of being able to laugh at yourself, you know, in that situation.
Oh yeah.
That's cool that you put that on. I wish I could have been there. That's great. I'm gonna be at Expo in November. Me and my team. So looking forward to that.
Oh, awesome. I hope you enjoy it. I am no longer on the team for Sonic Expo.
Oh, gotcha,
but I hope you have fun.
Yeah, it'll be my first time going to a Sonic themed convention, you know, but no, but that's fun little story. You know, I thought for a second when you brought up the convention part that the twist was people started throwing and rioting, you know, things, and as a result,
oh no,
that would have been quite the twist. But it was all good fun, great. Very cute story though with you and your boyfriend and Katie though. That's wonderful. Yeah, little silly things like that, you know, in the community. But no, the community can be. I've never. Well, how do I phrase this? I'm a part of different fandoms, you know, to some degree. You know, I love Digimon. I love Power Rangers from my childhood still, you know, I follow that. You know, Pokemon as well. I mean, I can't ever not be into Pokemon was what got me into anime in the first place. And a lot of people actually, frankly. But my point is I've been in all these different fandoms, and you know, and there's always going to be that one part of it that's just like, I don't like this. I don't, and they're very vocal about it. I saw on X, you know, Twitter today, somebody was like, I think I'm gonna stop posting my stuff on here. I can't take it. Everybody's negative.
Oh, I saw that post. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad that I wanted to comment, and I never got to because I was busy. But what I said to myself is, I want to tell them, please, it's not the majority. It's the vocal minority.
Yep.
And if most people understood the ramifications of some of the stuff they do say, maybe that would help the community not be, you know, or not the community wouldn't cause such a thing to occur if people just realized more, you know, there's a phrase I'm looking for. But anyway, the point is, if they just understood the effects that you can have on another human being in that negative way, maybe we wouldn't see it as much. Wishful thinking, maybe. But I felt bad. I still believe, like, wholeheartedly, the community by and large, it's so many good people, so many creative, talented people, whether you do voice acting, writing, you know, speed runs, you know, art, etc. And there's so many things that this fandom plays host to, that you can find a spot within the community to call your own and find other like-minded people. And it goes back to what you said earlier. You were like, you know, you had real life friends that just weren't into what you were into, and you're like, no, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna find people online. You did, you know, you found a community and you found people, and I think if you can get past some of that negative stuff and just find the right people, nothing is going to stop you, and nothing is going to get in the way of you being creative and sharing what you love online. And that's what I try to do. Like, I have a group of friends and a team, and we all work together to do creative content creation, and you know, and then what it does, it tunes out that negative stuff. That's what helps me anyway.
Oh yeah. Touching on that, like, yeah, going back to what you said about, like, I wish people realize that there's actually another human being behind the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, because it's not, like, I think, like I said way earlier, people get, like, so courageous to say things they typically wouldn't say face to face to a person.
Yep.
so they just love talking their shit and like just being rude, so like outright
Being
rude a lot
yeah.
of the time. And it does, like, as a content creator, as many times as you see me smile, as many times as you see me like, you know, nothing seems wrong, you have no idea what's actually going on behind the scenes, well and truly.
Right.
Like one time, I'll be so for real. I haven't talked about this yet before, so we get the Sora exclusive here.
Yes, this is why we do this. Yes, I'm so happy. All right, spill it.
I've never talked about this because there's really no reason to draw attention to it, but I got a SWAT attempt on me and my family not too long ago.
No.
And it was one of the worst experiences I've had. And it was just because people just hated me being a woman for literally no reason. I was playing Jackbox with my community, and they decided to try to swap me. However, that didn't really work out. The police showed up to my door just really chill, and they're like, "Hey, so we got this phone call," and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry." And I explained everything. It ended up being really chill. However, the fact that there was an attempt simply because they just were misogynistic is so messed up and so not okay and totally not cool. And the way that I had anxiety for the next 2 weeks after that was awful.
Yes.
And it wasn't like you could do whatever to me, but like I was still living with my family at the time. And that's, I mean, you're a parent, you get it. It's like, no, you don't mess with my family.
It's off limits. Yeah.
You can hate me as much as you want, but don't touch my family. That's a whole nother beast, and that's not okay with me.
Right.
And you well and truly do affect other people. Even if it's just fun and games to you, it really affects another person. And I didn't sleep well for almost a month. I was scared to stream. And even now there's people who are first-time chatters that come in my stream, and I have to be like, I will like time them out because I'm scared that they're gonna do something. Because they just seem a little sus. So I'm like, oh my god, I have to like time them out because I'm scared that I'm gonna have that happen again. And that still carries on over, even though that happened like how many months ago, it still carries on over to this day with me. And going back to what I was saying is like, while this attempt was happening to me, I was on an intermission screen for a long time, and then I came back and I acted like nothing happened. You would have never known.
Wow, you just continued on. Okay. And you know what? Hindsight, that's probably the best thing that you could have done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They were looking for attention. They wanted a reaction out of me. So I went back and acted like nothing happened because, you know, I'm not giving them what they want. But also, as a typical viewer, you wouldn't really know that just happened to me. You would just think like something came up and she's gone for a long time.
Yeah, you had to go get a drink. You had to go to the bathroom. You had to do XYZ, you know?
I played it off and I said like, hey, my mom really needed to talk to me because I'm moving soon, da-da-da-da. No, I was dealing with an attempted swatting, but
yikes.
But yeah, there's so many times where you will see a content creator or a personality on the internet, and we just have like, we kind of do have to almost mask like what's actually happening in real life to put on the show. The show must go on, right?
Exactly.
And so I just want if anybody takes anything away from this, I just want people to know, like, your actions do have consequences, whether it is affecting you or somebody else. And I just want to, personally, I just want to put out more smiles in the world because, God, do we need it right now.
Oh, very much.
But yeah, and so it hurts me to see that other people are like rude and putting out hate instead of like love and acceptance and so on and so forth. So but yeah, no, it's hard. That hate is real and we deal with it, and I have had days, weeks actually, where I have gone MIA because I can't deal with it. I just have to like bed rot for a while and just be like, God bless my boyfriend, because I don't know how he does it. He somehow pulls me out of a slump every single time. But
Well, God
there's
bless.
been times,
Right.
yeah, because like I don't know, because there's times where I'm like, oh, it's just nothing is going the way I want. There's so many people saying bad things about me, especially, oh my God, in my recent video, a lot of people were essentially calling me stupid and dumb and being very misogynistic towards me,
Oh,
and
brother.
saying that
Okay.
that like the Bechdel test, that's not real. Like, okay, yeah, it's not like actually a really good scale for anything. It's just funny. It's supposed to be a funny video. It's not supposed to be serious. Like, I do not actually take that seriously.
Right.
But people obviously don't like to read in between the lines and are like, oh my God, she thinks XYZ and she's stupid because she's doing this Bechdel test thing and she's taking it seriously. And it's like, guys, oh, please, I encourage media literacy, please. Like,
Yeah. That's the unfortunate part of the, people don't always pick up on, the cues, so to speak, that, and that's that look, I watched that video. It was very clear where you were at with it, but not everybody can detect and pick up on.
Yeah, right. I will say, to criticize myself, I should have done a much better job with my intro. I could have done a better job, and that is a lesson I have learned and I will take into my next future videos. So it wasn't, all bad. It was a learning experience. But like, but still, it's like moments where people are just very like, want to get mad at you for no reason. And it's like, you're like, literally, I had a lot of misogynistic comments that I went and deleted because, I don't want other women to see that, I don't want any femme presenting or women to see that and like also like feel hurt as well.
Yeah. Well, and that's good.
So,
I'm glad that you're proactive in that way, for good reason. Taking a step back, so sorry that you had attempted swatting. That is. Whew,
yeah, it is what it is.
No, well, and people that are listening, not a game. People's lives are at risk in those situations. Whatever was presented to law enforcement that got them out at your door, like if it was somebody with an active gun, or something otherwise, it could turn the situation very ugly. And that is frightening. And I'll tell you, it gave me goosebumps, in the most worst way, because even with the small community that I have, I've been getting some people have attacked me, for one reason or another. And it is quite disappointing because the people that end up attacking you usually don't understand what they're doing. They don't understand what they're even truly upset about. They don't like you because you don't align with their beliefs or something like that. And the list goes on of why and how and whatever, but it's still very concerning because, as content creators grow, what you experienced is a legitimate and unfortunately very scary event that can happen to anyone, any of us. All it takes is one person to like try to geolocate your location, based on IP address, et cetera, and and so it's quite frightening. And I hope it never happens to you or anybody in this community. I'm friends with some very prominent people in the community that are leagues beyond me with their community, and they have had countless to their door with police, people showing up, and it is frightening to them, and my heart goes out. It is just, my goodness, we all have to be better. We all have to be better than that. If you disagree with somebody, cool, disagree, it's fine. You don't have to be up all night, angry or whatever about it, and or wanting to call to show that person, I'll show them. I'll just call a SWAT team to show. Don't do it, people. Don't do it. So I'm so sorry that happened to you, though.
Yeah, it was. All I can say is it is what it is. I'm glad it was nothing more. I'm glad it wasn't a full-on SWAT team for realsies.
Yeah.
But it still is scary. The fact that like someone just was able to find where I live so easily, even though I've taken so many precautions to make sure people can't find that, is still terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm very lucky. I have some friends who are prominent YouTubers, and I messaged them. I was like, "What do I do? Like, what do I do?" Because they've unfortunately have been swatted multiple times, which I feel so bad for them, because if that one time was terrifying,
Yes.
you know.
That one time, you know,
just that one
that's all
time,
it is. One time, and it's as scary as any. You know, it's just
yeah. And I unfortunately, like, I had to be like, "Hi, I'm so sorry that I'm asking this, but can you tell me what I need to do in this situation? Because what do you even do, right?"
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. The advice that I was given is just de-escalate the situation, and act like it didn't happen.
Yep.
And I was like, yeah.
That's the same advice I've
that
gotten.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned to the, you know, friends in the community that are more prominent, and I was like, I'm sorry to ask, like, I'm being attacked, like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And they tell me like, "Oh, ignore it. You know, it means nothing." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, a lot of it's empty threats, though. I will say a lot of them will be just empty threats because someone is mad for one reason or another, like you said. But sometimes you just have to ignore it. Like, there's a lot of times in Twitch chat, even, I will ignore people because they're being rude, or like they're just saying something kind of gross and annoying, you know?
Yeah, been there, done that. Sometimes you have to, like, some you know, some people don't even know that they're doing it. That's the unfortunate part, you know. And it's like, it's self-awareness is like sometimes just not there, and you know, like, you ignore it, because that's all you can really do at that point. It's, if you bring light to it, if you give it attention, usually it makes it worse anyway. So
Yeah. I know sometimes, like, I've had people who know that they lack that self-awareness come into my chat and be like, "Hey, just by the way," for example, someone came in and was like, "I have autism, so sometimes my awareness isn't super great, so just like tell me to screw off, and yeah, I won't take offense to it." And I was like, "Cool."
right.
They were really chill, by the way. They didn't do anything crazy. But like, you know, sometimes I have that a lot where, like you said, they don't even realize, and whether it be they're on the spectrum or not, who knows, right? Sometimes they just really have no idea, and you do just have to ignore it. Sometimes you can call it out, and sometimes it's better than it is not. But
yeah,
just to play it safe, usually it is just ignore it, you know.
that's the best thing to do. Don't shine a light on it, people. Yeah, you gotta look the other way. Just gotta look the other way, because it's not worth it to you to be stressed out. And usually it's just, again, it's minority, you know.
Yeah, it is. Well and truly, it is the minority in my experience. So
yeah. Now, shifting gears away from that a little bit, but still on the topic of the community, I'm curious, has the community like ever helped you? Because it has for me, by the way. But has it ever helped you explore yourself, your identity, just, you know, in ways that you were never able to do before? So like, before you discovered Sonic, before all that, you know, before the content creation versus now, you know, because for me, the community has opened up outlets for me to be myself in ways that I've never been able to in my life otherwise. So I'm curious if that's had any effects on you.
Yeah, I think it's really weird. So I have to back up a little bit. So you know how I was talking about how I went from Smash into like Sonic content? Yeah. So this is in that transition period.
I see.
So I will talk about a little bit of Smash here, but also a lot of Sonic, right? But something that helped me both with the Smash community and the Sonic community was I have to back up a little bit to give you some information.
Context. Yeah.
Yeah, some context. I'm Mexican and Filipino.
Mm-hmm.
And as I like to say, Mexican squared, because Filipinos are almost exactly the same in culture.
I think I understood that. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, that's cute. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. And so for a long time, I did experience a lot of racism towards me because I am Mexican.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, right.
You know, it is what it is. Those people are evil, but
100%.
But yeah, I did experience some racism from some people when I was younger. And it made me want to hide that part of myself away for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
What doesn't help on top of that is my dad's side, which is the Mexican side. His family was very like, oh, we're American, we're not Mexican, you know, like they would also hide that away simply because they also experienced racism. And so I didn't have like a really good, like, I just wanted to hide that for a long time. Like, oh, I'm just Filipino, right? No, I'm not just Filipino, but because in my experience, people were less racist towards Filipinos than Mexicans for whatever reason. I don't know why that happened, but whatever.
Yeah, crazy either way. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It doesn't make it right anyway. But as I was getting more into like getting myself into Sonic, in that transition period with like Smash into Sonic, a lot of the people that I was hanging out with who liked Sonic also were of Hispanic or Latino descent.
Okay.
And it really started making me go like, oh, hell yeah. This is like, there's people who are like me. They get it. They understand how I grew up. They understand. Oh, I'm going to cry. But like
No, I'm so sorry. But no, that's
no, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
They get it. And they're loud and they're proud about their culture, about where they come from.
Yeah.
And those people from both the Smash and like the Sonic communities, they really made me like take pride in that part of me, something that I had never felt. And here we are now. I actually live in Mexico now. And I'm learning Spanish, and I'm really trying to honor that side of my family that didn't get to see the sun for a long time. Like, for example, my late grandfather, he's from I think he's from North Mexico. I'm pretty sure he's from like Sonora area. And he was so loud and proud about his culture, and I really wanted to honor that and honor him and his memory by learning Spanish and like learning those things that I never got to because it was just hidden away because people decided to be rude about it, you know? And so it is well and truly thanks to this Smash and Sonic community that I am able to find that culture and get to experience it finally and be proud about it and finally feel like myself and fully be proud about myself and my cultures. So yeah, I hope that wasn't like too crazy or like, you know, but like on an actual like very, very real note, yes, the community has helped me find myself in that regard, and I'm very, very proud of that part of me now. So
that's thank you for sharing that. That's immense and very special, that, you know, the community was able to help you with that. Can't be understated that like how much, you know, the community can be a force of good and positivity. You know, and I think that proves it very much, that despite the ugliness, you can find a community that helps you embrace who you are, you know, on so many different levels. You know, for you it was your, you know, your family and your culture and so on. And you know, on the flip side, the community has allowed me to explore my gender identity and allowed me to express myself the way I've always wanted to. And you know, those are two very powerful things, you know, whether who you identify as, whether it's in gender or just, you know, your culture. And I'm so happy that you know, you had that moment, and you know, just I can't stop myself, because I'm just like I'm so moved by that. I just, how powerful what you just shared is.
If it wasn't for those people that I had surrounded myself with at the time, who from both communities, I don't think I think I would have still been like a little like nervous about that side of me, just because you know, the things that go on, and you know, it would have been just a little scary for me. But I am loud and proud about it now, and it is, I'm so glad that they were there. And these communities, as much as there is bad, there's also a lot of good. And yes, I think it is very important to showcase that things like that, for me, that side of my culture, and for you, gender identity. It's very important to showcase that people are affirming and like positive about that, and not like, you know, it's not all bad, you know?
Yeah. I agree. And at the end of the day, we're all just humans that deserve respect, love, and the opportunity to be ourselves. And we all find paths to that differently. And even though we should be just born with it and just have it by default, unfortunately, the world is the world. And I pray that we're headed towards a different world, that someday that will be different. And someone won't have to go through, you know, people say journeys to discover. And I think those are powerful and great and wonderful things, but what if a person didn't have to go on that journey to go through that self-discovery, and they were allowed to just be who they were? I think that that's a crucial component that needs to be allowed on a human level so much. So, you know, I'm so happy that you shared that with us. That was very touching.
But yeah, I'm glad. I was like, oh, I hope this isn't like too crazy, because I'm like, it is like super real. Like, it is very much a part of like who I am today. Like, learning that and having those people around me. But yeah.
Well, it's why it's called the Sonic Experience. You know.
True.
Yep. There we are. I said it, people. I said it.
Title drop. Mic drop.
Mic drop. Sorry, I'll get an animation for that in the future. So, you know, when you look back at who you are, well, let me rephrase that. When you look at where you are now, your platform, your voice, you know, you do some voice acting, you do your content creation, you do some modeling, cosplay and stuff. I did see on there too, which wonderful photos. You know, you're you're one of those people that I call it hyper talented. You've got so much that you're so good at, right? But when you look at where you are now and everything, what would your younger self think of you today if you went back and talked to them and they could see everything? What do you think younger you would say?
You know, something I saw one time, and I don't think it's always true, but I saw like a TikTok or somewhere on social media where it's like, the current day you is or grown up you is the person that younger you would have felt safest with. And I agree with that, at least for myself, you know. Because I think, yes, I would have felt safest with myself. But also I thought I think younger me would think I'm so cool. Like I'm doing like everything younger me would have only dreamed about. Yeah. No, I did theater as a kid. Not that I wanted to be like an actor per se, but I was very like, I liked expressing myself. So, doing that via content creation or through voice acting is so cool. And I have so much fun with it. And also like, I've always been into fashion. Not that I do like modeling professionally. It's usually just like photographers here and there being like, I need a model. Can you do it for me? And I go, yeah, sure.
No, professional otherwise, you're doing it. And that's great.
Yeah. I've always like really been into that. So being able to like model for people who are like, oh, I really want you to, I need a model for like this thing or for this, like one time I did like a hiking wear for like like a freelance photographer.
Wow. Okay.
And they're like, yeah, no, this company paid me. I need a model. Do you want to do it? And I was like, yeah, sure. So I've done hiking stuff. Not that I am big on hiking, but
right.
But yeah, no, it was kind of cool. Like to at least be able to wear like fashion for something like that is really, really cool. And cosplay. I've always like wanted to feel like the characters that I really adore. So
yeah,
getting into that was definitely like childhood dream. I don't do it as much anymore because I'll be so for real. I get like so overstimulated by some of the clothes that I'm like, oh, I need this off of me. I can't do it. I can't do it for more than like 2 hours. And then I'm like, all right, I got to change. I can't do this no more.
Yeah. No, I get that. Yep.
Yeah. But I have so much fun. Like once the final thing is on, it's like so much fun and I enjoy it so much. But then after a while, I'm like, okay, this is good.
Well, it's empowering, right?
Yeah. It's so cool to see yourself as that character, the character that you most likely look up to or really enjoy for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's really, really cool in my opinion. So being able to do all of that is like childhood me's dream. Like I'm doing everything that I could have hoped to do when I was like, I don't know, like 10, 11, 12, 13, you know? So it's really cool to be able to live that out. As cringe as I might be.
Nah, no. I think, look, like, if we could go back and see our younger selves and, you know, if there's one takeaway for our younger selves to be like, wow, I became a cool person. I'd be like, yup, thank you. Oh my God, bye. And it's like, well, all right. That if I could at least have that takeaway, that'd be a great little like time travel story and be like, hi, I'm you. Ooh, you're a girl. Exactly. Bye.
Exactly. You don't know it yet.
I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm stupid. No, but I think that's precious. That's cool. Because you have come a long way, you know, from all of us, truly, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But yeah, no, I think younger me would definitely think I'm so cool. I think the biggest thing that young me would like freak out about is the meeting Lisa Ortiz and having voice acted in something with her. Yeah. That would have made me like sob my eyes out as a kid. I would have been like, oh, really? That's so cool. Like, oh my God.
Squeak. You know.
Yeah, like literally, yeah. Like shaking, like gonna throw up, excited.
This is amazing. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, quite literally. So that would have been like the biggest thing younger me would have like freaked out about. And like I know what I'm doing right now, I am fulfilling that like childhood dream, and it is fulfilling for me, you know.
Good. And that's the big thing with all this. Like, if you feel that way doing your content creation or being with, you know, like you mentioned with Lisa and so on, and like, then you know you're doing the right thing, and you need to continue to chase that and build upon it. And, you know, and anyone out there that's listening, that's you don't just, you know, want to do these things, like, do them. And even if it's not, you know, the greatest right now, like, people change, evolve, and get better and better and better. So you always got to find a starting point, and you'll reach your goal at some point, you know. I think that's one of the big things to do, is just you want to do this, well, do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, you know, Nike, whatever. Or, you know, like one of my other guests brought up, look at the Sonic 1 and Sonic 1, Sonic 2 Japanese box arts. They have like like quotes, you know. Don't just sit around wasting your time. Like, get out there and do what you need to do. I'm loosely quoting people, I know, I'm paraphrasing. You get the gist. It's on the box, it says that. But so
I mean, words to take to heart, though.
Yeah, they are very inspiring. And you know, that's what I appreciate about the Japanese box arts, is like, it's like, I'm sorry, Blue Hedgehog, we're you know, saving the world, and then the box art's just like, nah, you know, you got to live life. You know, what are you doing? Live your life.
That's like Sonic's whole thing.
Yeah. So, you know, I think one of the most powerful things too about Sonic is, you know, we all love Sonic. He's the heart of the franchise and everything, right? But with Sonic, we're able to explore and do so much with so many different characters. You know, I think that's really cool, and I think that's why the franchise is having another renaissance and is as big as it's ever been, even comparatively to the 90s. Sonic is so much more in your face than even when I was a kid, you know. You know, and so it's like Sonic is here, he's driving this franchise, but you take one step in, you can find a character that you love, like Amy Rose and beyond, you know. A lot of people, that was Sally Acorn in the 90s. She was the predominant female character in the franchise at the time. But I think what we're gonna do now, I think we're kind of winding down, Izzy. We've covered a lot of topics. You've shared a lot of heartfelt things, and I appreciate that. So I want to do something lighthearted before we wrap up for tonight. We're gonna do a Sonic lightning quiz. All right, it's a 1-minute rapid fire.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say the questions as quickly as possible. You give me your answer. You know, and let's see if we can get, there's gonna be like 10 questions total. And let's see how many you can get through in 1 minute. So these are going to be fun. It's not like we're picking your brain for obscure knowledge. We, you know, just, they're little fun things. So just prepare yourself mentally in that, in that regard, right? So, all right, I'm going to, as soon as I hit the start button, I'm going to start reading the question. Ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. If you could give any Sonic character their own solo game, who would it be?
Amy Rose.
Which zone would you want to live in for a week?
Emerald Coast.
Who's faster, classic Sonic or modern Sonic?
Modern Sonic.
What's your all-time favorite Sonic track to vibe to?
At Dawn. Speed Highway.
Speed Highway. All right, if you had your own chaos power, what would it be?
I don't know. I really don't know.
It has like spear or a chaos control, something like that.
Oh, I guess spear. Spear is kind of cool.
Cool, I'll take it. All right, which villain do you secretly root for a little?
I don't think Rouge is really a villain, but honestly, oh man, neither is Shadow really. Honestly, Cubot and Orbot.
Cubot and Orbot. Chili dogs, delicious or overrated?
Delicious.
All right, there you go. So you got the 6. Okay, so 6 is kind of like, that's happened with our last guest. 6 is like the kind of the the midway point that people maybe I need to do 2 minutes on this. Anyway, so those are great questions or great answers. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so now, the other thing I want to have you try playing a game with. So imagine you're in a room of Sega executives and Sonic team, right? And you're pitching,
oh God, okay.
you're pitching them a game, okay? What's the character? What's the gimmick? Okay, and you have like 1 minute. I'm gonna. So when I say go. All right, ready?
Okay.
All right, go.
Actually unoriginal because I'm not original. But if I could pitch any single game to Sega right now, please remake the Storybook games so badly. I need them back so badly. Why? Because they have so much potential in the story. However, the gameplay sucks. It's not your fault. Well, maybe, but still. But there's so much potential story-wise that current, new, and old Sonic fans will love it no matter what. It's just the game sucks. Like the gameplay itself sucks. So if you were to remaster it for like Nintendo Switch 2 or something like that, it would work so well. Especially nowadays. And I think a lot of the stories back then could hold up really well right now, in today's climate. So that's what I would want. That's what I would want. I would hope that they do something like that. Yep. Bring back Sonic and Black Knight. I love them. Mwah.
All right, you chimed in, clocked in at 59 seconds. Perfect.
Oh my God. Huge.
That was amazing. So imagine you're in the room, you just stopped and they're just like, so deska. Like, okay. That was
they
quite
would look
the
at
pitch.
me like I'm nuts.
No, that was quite the pitch. You had me. You know, I will say, because at the time of those games coming out, the Wii was so predominant with its motion controls. The motion controls, I think, unfortunately, kind of weighed it down, those games. Like, great premise, great everything, presentation. It was just, controls didn't really help.
No, yeah, I think it was just, unfortunately, at the time, done a little poorly. Whether it was due to time constraints or what it may be. I think if they just stuck to like typical regular controls, and just a few like motion controls here and there, it would have done really well. I love the Storybook games. Again, I think everybody agrees that the stories for the Storybook games are phenomenal. However, just because of the motion controls and them catering it to the Wii so hard, it aged poorly, and the game ended up being not fun, actually. If they were to redo the entire game from the ground up, but keep the story relatively the same, I think it would make for a really awesome like bundle remaster that old and new fans alike would enjoy.
Yeah, well, Sega's not opposed to bringing back some of the hits that they had, and there's always rumors circulating they might be doing Heroes or otherwise, but you know, we'll see. But I think that's really compelling to do the Storybook games. I think they had a really nice presentation. Yeah, so but I agree with your criticisms about it. I remember trying to really enjoy Sonic and the Secret Rings, but I'm just like in my brain I'm like tweaking already, just thinking about the controls and everything I had to deal with that game.
Oh,
but
I hate that game. I hate that game.
Yes.
But I love the story and the music.
But you love the story and the music. Yes.
Yeah.
Same. You know what I thought was really sweet in the game is when Sonic asks, I forget her name, but the genie. Shara. Thank you. Yeah. He wishes for handkerchiefs. You know, for her to cry her tears on, I believe it was that line. I thought that was like, I was like, wow, that's cool. Like, that's what I like about Sonic, you know?
Sonic's emotional intelligence and maturity is really good. And I think people kind of actually gloss over that sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I sometimes I do this thing where I like to compare Sonic Hedgehog to Luffy One Piece. and if you know One Piece, you kind of will get this, but like Luffy is like a stinky little brat. Um, he's like in your face, like I want this, I want that, but like also there's these moments where he is so incredibly emotionally mature that you're like, whoa. But that's like the appeal of the character, and that's Sonic. Sonic is like, haha, you're too slow and whatnot, right? Like,
Yeah.
speed up, get faster, right? He is like,
You're too
he is
slow.
poking at, yeah, he's poking at you. He's being annoying. He's annoying on purpose. He does it for fun. But
Yes.
he has those moments with like Shara where he is like, yeah, I wish for a mountain of handkerchiefs for you to cry, for you
Yeah.
to like to have something to wipe up your tears whenever you need to cry.
Goodness.
And
what a wonderful moment.
Because she's like, she's mourning, you know, she's mourning a lot of things in that moment. And he's just like, yeah, take your time, girly. I get it. Like, but he's doing it in such like a very like mature way. And it really drives that scene home for at least me and you.
Yeah. I still remember it. Yep. It's
oh
lovely,
yeah, no, it's
lovely.
very impactful for sure. And I think some people, not some people, but I think sometimes we just gloss over that with Sonic. And I think that's one of my favorite things about Sonic is how annoying and like just annoying he can be, but then also have those moments.
Yeah, Sonic's more has depth that people overlook. Is, you know, so I agree with what you're saying. Yeah, that I remember that scene fondly. You know, it was like when I it was when I had one of my first jobs and I could afford buying a Wii and an HD TV for the first time. And I remember playing that game and then seeing that cut scene and everything was just so cemented. So yeah, that's a part of one of those, you know, core fond memories of the character. Frankly, I think that was like one of the best moments of characterization of Sonic and overall. So
yeah, for sure. The storybook games really like cement that part of Sonic for sure.
Well, Izzy, you are a shining light in this fandom.
Oh, thank you.
And honestly, one of the most joy-filled creators I've come across in recent times, you know, whatever. And you know, I thank you for being open and just being you. And this is one of the most wonderful conversations I've ever been able to have with another creator.
Oh, thank you.
I mean that. I truly do. So here's what I do for everybody is I'm gonna turn the podcast over to you for a moment. The platform is yours. I want you to go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you. What do you got coming up? What are any special projects? And just let them know how they can find you.
Okay, well, you can find me on almost every platform at Izzibel, Izziiibel. I primarily do most of my content on Twitch and YouTube, trying to expand over to Instagram as well, but that'll take some time. But yeah, I stream a lot. I talk about Sonic the Hedgehog a lot. My next YouTube video is I'm going to be a second Sonic cringe confessional. So I'm actually working on that right now, and hopefully we'll have it out in about 2 weeks. And then after that, I'm actually doing something that isn't Sonic related. I will be doing a video that analyzes the swimming animations of a lot of popular video games, because I have a big background in swimming, and I thought it would be just a weird random topic to talk about, and I think it'd be silly and fun. But yeah, as far as my stream goes, I kind of do whatever I'm feeling in the moment. Right now I'm playing through Silent Hill 2 for the first time. My first horror game ever. I like it a lot, actually. But if you guys want to see that, you can come check me out at twitch.tv/Izzibel, same spelling as before. But yeah, that's really all I've got going on right now.
No, thanks again for joining me on the Sonic Experience. And until next time, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I gotta unmute myself. I was behind the curtain the whole time. Wowzers. I was here. I was always here with all of you. This whole momentous occasion. Yes. Am I alone? Hello, chat.
No.
I didn't.
No,
I was like waiting for a cue or something.
Yeah, no, I wanted to make it weird. Hello and welcome everybody. I'm Sora Starlight. I'm a variety VTuber streamer. I'm here. We were premiering the second episode of the Sonic Experience podcast with Isabelle. We're broadcasting to 115 viewers right now. What a wonderful episode. I'm joined here with my good friends, Shino.
Woohoo!
Trixie.
Hi there.
And what is that? Synchro?
And Knuckles.
And Knuckles, got it. It's
And
Synchro
Knuckles.
DJ is here with us too.
Perfect.
Yeah, perfection as always. As always. Cool. Let me get us sorted here. Make sure we're all up. Yeah, Isabelle. Please go check her out. All of her socials. What a pleasure. She was to have on. Very insightful, very emotional at times. You know what she shared with us, and I think that was very powerful. Very powerful.
There were moments with her that actually really hit hard to me. Just hearing like the stories of some of the things that she's dealt with. With the SWAT raid, and then the racism. Like that's stuff that really stood out to me. I went through a situation similar a couple of years ago when I got doxxed when I first started PNG tubing, and I know how it feels to be absolutely scared for your life in those situations. So I feel her in that. But how amazing the Sonic the Hedgehog and also for her, in her case, the Smash community has been to her on occasions, and I think it's an absolutely wonderful thing, and it's also one of the reasons why I love this community so much, especially our little small neck of the woods.
I agree. Yeah. The fact that she had to experience a swatting to some degree, she was lucky. She was lucky. It wasn't something worse,
Yeah, people die from that. It's not like you said before. It's not a joke.
Yeah. But
also, I think she said her first Sonic game was Team Sonic Racing, or not Team Sonic Racing. Sonic Racing All Star Transformed.
Yeah, she went to her cousin's.
Yeah,
and had experienced it there, and then when she got back home, she went and started Googling and found Sonic X and all that good stuff, which I think is just, man, that's precious.
Mm-hmm.
What a good time. Let me see.
And now you're playing Sonic Blitz.
That's one way to be introduced to Sonic.
Right. Sorry, let me turn this.
I mean, it's not a bad way to get introduced. I mean,
For sure.
Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed is actually a really good game. I mean, if you look past some of the glitches and problems that it had, especially on the PC version, it was a really fun game, and I actually enjoyed playing it immensely. But I know that Crossworld is going to blow that one out of the water.
Oh, for sure. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is going to be outrageous. So
you know what about that? I just like to say it's probably going to beat Mario Kart.
What, in terms of
in my book?
Well, I think its gameplay is going to be more engaging.
Yeah.
Will Mario outsell Sonic? Of course. I'm sure in the lifetime of the console, it's going to be strong sales, just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But let's be clear, Sonic characters aside, like, I agree. The content of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, much more engaging.
And it has Hatsune Miku.
Hatsune Miku!
Hatsune Miku. It does.
I'm thinking Miku, ooh, ooh.
Yeah. But the big thing for me through that conversation with Izzy, what really moved me the most is that she was able to find connections within the Sonic community and the Smash community where people that were shared the same culture and everything, and she was like, oh, these people aren't hiding that side of themselves. Why should I? Why am I doing that? And she embraced that side of her ultimately because of the connections made through these communities. I can't think of a more powerful thing that I've heard in recent time. Like that's huge, and I'm so happy for her.
So am I. Honestly, I'm very happy, very glad that she was able to, find some joy in some way, shape, or form through that. So kudos to her. And I didn't hear about her until recently, but now, hearing what she had to say and knowing her stories, I want to get to know her more and better and see what she does. So
yeah,
you've gained a new follower, girl.
Yeah, she's very precious, and I think she's just what a wonderful personality, and the things that she's overcome. Yeah. So what great conversation. A lot of more conversations to come. There's a huge list of people. There's this huge outpour of support for this podcast, and I couldn't be more humbled and just over the moon about it. I want to spill the beans on stuff coming, but I can't. Gotta hold those cards close to the chest.
I'm excited to see what's coming next.
Yeah. So let me couple quick call outs. We got Hannah out there. We got Kevin, of course, the MVP. We got Planet Wisp. Renee just popped in. Yep. Agar is out there, of course. And sorry for any technical difficulties. At first, when I started the stream, there was something going on in my network that was like, I think, pulling a lot of bandwidth. I squashed that, restarted Streamlabs, OBS, and but then I think Twitch might have been having some issues in of themselves. I didn't get any notifications on the stream quality being bad. So if you guys were having trouble during the podcast, my apologies. Hopefully you can rewatch the VOD. I am uploading this. It'll be available by morning on Spotify and YouTube, podcasts, etc. So you guys will be able to watch this at your own leisure and all that good stuff. So, and thanks again for my friends being here with me, supporting me. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Yosh. Listen to you. So I figured Sonic Blitz had an update today, so I figured we play some of that. And as you all see, Silver's in there. So that's cool.
Nice render.
Yeah, some of these renders are pretty nice. Now let me show you in the ring journey that we're going for here. We got King Boom Boo. Get +1 attack and health for each card that was knocked out this round, that game. But, oh, look at this, though. Sir Galahad. Are you kidding me? That's cool looking. That is cool. So, on reveal, reduce the energy cost of a card in hand by 1. Hell yeah. And then we got Chip. Chip's cool. Wow. Get +4 attack if this is in the front card. Is the front card in the lane. That's awesome. Chip is going to be very useful. And we got Blaze. Her render is good except for the mouth. I don't know why she's just like mouth wide open. This is my impression of Blaze. Does it look good?
It looks fine to me.
Hey, you look fine. Jeez.
Oh, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. first time chat. It's not a bad cat. Hey, hello. Welcome, first time chatter. Welcome to the stream. We're broadcasting to 110 people. We just got done watching the second episode of the Sonic Experience, featuring Isabelle, prominent Sonic community member, very lovely person. If you missed it, it's going to be up on Twitter, YouTube, and Spotify by morning. So, in the meantime, we're going to play a game of cards.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Oh, I think we're getting a human. It's going to find... It's actually looking for somebody.
Oh.
Wait for it. Player 648. All right, now I'm less confident. That sounds fake, though. I've been getting some real people, though.
Welcome.
Hey, it's Renee.
Hello?
Well, look who it is.
It's
Hey,
the old so-and-so.
Hey, I just wanted to pop in to tell you something, Sora.
Oh,
like,
yeah?
for a brief moment.
Oh, boy.
Let's just say I may have cooked.
You may have cooked. Oh, did you?
Oh.
I might need to wrap stream here. I am wrapping stream pretty soon, actually. We're just playing a little bit of this Sonic Blitz. So I'd be very interesting to see what you cooked. Is it high in carb?
remember. So,
No?
so remember
Okay.
when you proposed to me about something that you wanted from me?
Yeah.
Well, give me just a second while I render this little piece.
Oh, snap.
And I do want to get a little live reaction of what you think.
Oh, you want to do this live, huh? Okay. Okay, we can do that.
I am wondering if this will might meet your expectations.
Well,
Oh.
it's gonna be awkward if it doesn't. I'm sure it's going to, though. I'm very
If it does,
confident.
if it doesn't meet your expectations, then I'm quitting Twinkle Park.
You're gonna quit Twinkle Park? No! Let me see if I kill this opponent. Might. I'm powering it up.
You're already here, folks. If this doesn't meet Sora's expectations, I'm packing my my bags and leaving Twinkle Park.
I should not have that much power over you. That's unfortunate. Wow, Sora, you destroyed their hopes and dreams. Well, I didn't mean to.
Congratulations.
All right, we got one more hit on this, and then we're gonna pause and listen to what Renee has. I'm very excited.
I sent it to you.
Oh
on
my
Discord.
God, I died. That never happens.
It happened now.
You lose.
Until now.
You lose.
All right, let me mute that. All right. Here we go. Renee, let me download this. Make sure it plays.
You can play it and show people on Discord and also the chat.
Why is this guy copyrighted?
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Anime protagonist power activate.
It sounds like a Sega song.
It does. All right. Let's do it to it. Wow. Okay. That's really cool because it's got a little bit of girly pop to it and kind of like a chiptune kind of throwback, and it swells and then boom.
It feels so anime too.
Yes. Yep. Very anime. Well, Renee, you did very well. That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
Hey, let's go. So yeah,
Wow.
I kind of wanted to like make you a theme song, which is something that you proposed to me. Like just on the voice chats and everything.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to do is that like I kind of wanted to have like a nice little very high energy anticipated punk rock kind of thing, but also including a little bit of elements of like Sega sounds, like what would you hear in like Sonic and whatnot.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
So I took my time and I tried researching some sound fonts from like Sega and all that stuff, and kind of incorporated them, essentially making them like in that style while having it high energy chiptune and all that. So yeah.
Well,
that's
you did
that's the
awesome.
process.
That was a good feel. That was a super duper good feel, Renee.
You indeed cook.
Yeah.
You definitely cooked. Renee, I'm hiring you to make my actual theme song.
Renee,
Oh wow.
you're hired to be at my next my wedding, whatever. Freaking Tony Stark moment
Yes,
there.
you're singing at my wedding.
So I want to propose this to Sora then. Have you finally recognized the genius that is Renee?
Well, I always have. I just haven't had like they've always been a goddess or god to me. It's fine. Man, I was just set up there. Couldn't resist. No, Renee is solid.
The lad.
Indeed. Well, thank you, Renee. I appreciate you pulling that up on stream for us. That was a really good
amazing.
listen. Is that
was
the
amazing.
finished product, or do you need to do anything more to it, or?
I think
Is
we could officially say that that's the finished product.
It's ready to ship. There it is.
Yeah, and
awesome.
and if I want to publicly release the song on like Spotify, iTunes, and whatnot, then we can do that. We can get that arranged.
Yeah, we gotta come up with a fun little name for it. Like the Starlight.
And an album cover too.
Yeah. This is escalating. It's escalating.
I just purely titled it.
Symphony.
Yeah.
I just purely titled it as a Sora Starlight theme song, or if you want to spice it up, we could call it the Sora Starlight theme song. Your choice. Your choice.
Yeah, I like all of this. I don't know how I'm gonna decide. Holy fruit. Yeah.
You'll figure it out. Oh,
I
I'm
didn't-
excited for you. That sounded so wonderful.
I didn't know I was gonna have a theme song at like almost midnight on a Monday, you know? And
Beautiful.
here we are. As best theme song.
So yeah, not only I made Trixie her theme song, and now we've completed Sora's theme song. Now the only thing that's missing is Shino's theme song.
Oh yeah. And we gotta make that sparkle.
Yeah.
Sparkle.
I I mean, that's obviously something you guys talk about, but I just like the idea of calling your theme song Starlight Serenade or Starlight Symphony. Something like
Starlight Burst
Like
or
sta-
something.
Yeah, like
Yeah, there's
Starlight
something
Burst,
there.
parentheses, Sora Starlight's theme song. Sora
Stardust.
Sora Starlight theme.
I won.
Starlight Pop.
The Starlight Sugar Pop. Poppin'. Pop. maybe too many pops. There's
Starlight
something.
Pop can go. Starlight Pop can go well.
That's cute name. That's a cute name.
So
actually.
Starlight Pop and Go.
Starlight Pop. Sounds like a candy.
Yeah.
Sounds like Yoshi Touch and Go.
Yo, Yoshi Touch and Go. Yosh.
Oh,
Yeah, all I need is a PNG of Sora, a background, her logo or something like that to like implement with the title, and then
Well,
it'll be good.
And
you're
the
in luck,
sacrifices
Renee.
all
I
go.
have dozens of already ready to go Sora art by Wender and everything. So many choices. So many choices. Well, thank you, Renee. I really appreciate you. We'll have to talk more after stream about because I promised you some compensation there, so I need to know what we're doing. So by the way, everyone that's just tuning in, tonight we were watching the Sonic Experience with Sora Starlight, and we were our guest was Easybell on Twitter and all over social media actually, but and now we're playing some Sonic Blitz. You know, if you missed the podcast, I am going to be uploading it to the usual spots that I did for the last one on Twitter, YouTube, podcast, Spotify, etc. So you can expect links in the morning. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah. Giggity 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 goo.
Oh, anyway. Wow. What do we got? I guess I need to use big.
Shout out to everyone in the chat. I was eating a honey bun.
Honey bun? Who you calling honey bun? I'll tell you what.
I
Yo,
text someone with honey bun.
Hondo. We got a new follow. Thank you, Hondo. By the way, if anyone has not hit the follow button, please hit the follow button, whether on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, or otherwise. Much appreciated.
TikTok, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, yeah. There's so many things.
Not the LinkedIn.
Yes, the LinkedIn. Deal with it. You know what's crazy? The City Escape music suddenly randomly fades in an ambulance that you can hear, and I swear to God, it sounds like in real life. And I'm just like, wait, what? What's happening? Am I gonna die? And then it's like, oh no, it was just in the game. Shit! I died. I swear, I played this during the day today, and I was kicking butt. Whatever. It's fine.
It's because you're live.
It's because I'm live.
Yep.
Screw it, we'll do it live. I'm gonna play one more time. I want to end on a ape consumer. How am I? Are you real? Ape consumer. That's gotta be real. They gotta be real. All right. Oh yeah, we did manage to get Tikal. Tikal is a cutie.
Tra-la-la-lo, tra-la-la.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I'm getting a good run of cards right off the bat, so this might go well for me. Marine is breaking her back still, so all is right with the world, I guess. Is it Goofy?
Why do you sound like the Barney dinosaur in the Animaniacs right now?
I thought it was Goofy. I mean,
Could be both.
Barney. All the above.
All of the above. I'll do it again.
I'll f***ing do it again. The demons told me to.
Wonderful. Thank you for censoring yourself, by the way. No one else is able to do what you just did. That was convenient.
His name is Baloney the dinosaur. That's what. God, I swear. Look at Baloney the dinosaur, and that's what it sounds like.
Yo, I remember when Animaniacs did the Power Ranger parody. I thought that was really cool. Totally not accurate, but you know, it was still fun.
God damn it! I spelled Sora's name wrong on YouTube. God damn it!
How do you spell my name wrong?
I accidentally
No.
spelled it as Sora Start Light.
Start. Yeah, I'm Sora Start.
Starts light.
I'm starting that light up.
Sora's stoplight, right?
Yeah, more like stoplight. Am I right? Am I right? Am I right? I'm gonna end this. Dash 'em! Dash 'em! For those that are wondering, Sonic Blitz is a fun game. I understand how to play it, so that's great for me. Look, Silver, Supersonic, and Blaze. What a trio. I won! I feel fulfilled in my life now. Alright, let's freaking go.
Oh, great. What did I win?
Oh, I don't know. This bagel.
What kind of nothing? What kind of game show is this?
Yo. Ooh, gold.
Well, I'll say it isn't a game show. Nobody wins anything. You'd be lucky to be on the air for 1 week.
Right?
Is that from a Disney movie?
No. Animaniacs.
Oh, it's all connected.
Yucca Warner.
It's all connected. What'd I get? What'd I get? Free. Free! Tikal! Yay! Ricky! Marine! Hot damn. I want to get the new pass. I need 60 red rings. They're stingy on red rings. I'll tell you that. They need to tweak that toot sweet. Okay, people. All right, I can upgrade silver to oh man, what do I I'll do it again. Anyway,
Shut up.
Welcome to
That's
the
what
game.
Sora does, Shino. They see something, they'll take it, and then they'll imitate it.
You don't know. Yeah, that's true.
Welcome to the game
Sora,
show.
what the yuck are you doing?
Welcome to the most. Welcome,
With
welcome to the #1 game
says,
show. Who wants
I
to be a
don't
millionaire?
think the redeems are working.
Oh yeah, the redeems were deactivated because of the podcast.
Although I turned it back on. Might need to
You need to
refresh.
reset it. Yep.
Yeah, they're there for me.
Refresh. Perhaps you should re-embiggen.
Re-embiggen.
Welcome to the popular game show. Who wants to be a millionaire? And now with its Indian spin-off, Who wants to be a Slumdog Millionaire?
Oh, Trixie, did you get my DM by the way?
Good movie, by the way.
Which movie?
Yeah,
Slumdog.
yeah. Let's go with that.
I'll
Okay.
give your points back. Let me redeem. No, let me reject your redeems and give you your points back.
Reject and redeem.
Yes.
Reject.
Also, I like
all.
to go ahead. Also, it's about to go live here in just a second. I'm checking some last minute things. Oh, who do we
Hey,
have here?
Shadow-kun.
Shadow-kun!
Shadow-kun. Oh my
Earth.
god.
Hey, it's the girl who talks about pizza.
That was 5 years ago. It was 5 years ago.
Let it go, people.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it was 5 years ago. Get a grip. Of course, Shadow, my monkey was about 2-3 years ago, so I totally understand.
Was it? I thought it was a little sooner, but maybe. All right. Maybe.
Monkey.
How's the precious silly seal doing?
I had a terrible day yesterday.
No.
No.
Anyone we can avenge for you?
Monkey.
I just had like the biggest migraine.
Oh, aw.
Yeah, that could suck.
Let's see if I can find you some Tylenol. That's not Tylenol!
Oh my god. Oh, we get a rainbow pack or something. Look at that.
Sora, I'm hidden on your stream. Where am I?
Oh my god, yes, you're a little hidden, adorable seal person.
Yeah,
Shino, you're supposed to treat her, not put her down.
I was trying to find the Tylenol. I found the pistol by accident. I'm sorry.
I believe you.
Wait.
You found the pistol that shoots Tylenol.
Oh, that's convenient.
Did you say that's convenient?
Yeah, it just shoots
Yeah,
it right into your mouth.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 doctors recommend a gun that shoots Tylenol.
Oh God.
That would be great.
There we go. There's a seal.
There I am. I'm
Let me
wiggling.
fix you.
Don't squish me.
Don't squish me.
Don't squish me.
Don't squish me.
Soros says it.
Yeet me at me.
No.
That's all I hear now. That's all I
Yeah.
ever hear.
Why aren't the redeems
It's-
working? What's going on?
It's all because I've
Oh.
infested your mind with the remix.
Oh, by the way, I need to send this to you, Sheena. I think you're gonna find a laugh out of this. Hold on.
Oh.
I have to upload it because I don't have Nitro, and it's too big the file. So hold on.
Okay. Okay. Don't pizza.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
darn it.
Oh yeah, Sheena, you still have your freaking sounds that I sent you, the Law and Order ones?
Oh yeah, I do. Definitely.
Are you the Sora Starlight?
Also, please excuse me. I have to make a quick bathroom trip. I'll be right back.
You gotta be
Good luck.
kidding me. Okay. Oh no! You're kidding me.
So what you doing?
Testing commands. Ow.
I heard that they. Oh, we can throw Sora at Sora. That's new.
Yeah, yeet me at me. Agar
Yeet me at me.
redeemed that and it didn't work. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know what to
I
tell
see
you
it.
guys. Well, I did it. I did that one.
No. Oh no.
Can someone try some redeems?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. Let's see. Yeah, it didn't trigger. Throw Sora and friends at me. It's not working. This is annoying. Well, listen. We're gonna wrap up stream anyway. It's probably because things were crashed earlier. I had to
try
restart
this.
everything.
Oh, myself and me.
Yeah, this
Yeah, I
is-
don't think it's working, Sora.
You know what? I'm gonna try this.
I know. That's just recently had an update. Could that be it?
Who had an update?
Twitch interactive throwing system.
They did. I should have it. To my knowledge.
Yeah,
to
it's
my,
bit-
to my brain.
It's a little buggy if you don't get the update.
Alright, I mean,
And not only that, not only that, it opens it opens up like 10 million freaking tabs on like trying to sign into Twitch. It's annoying.
Oh my god, Sora.
Arf.
Could you please
Alright,
take
that
this
worked
shit
through
seriously?
Twitch. That worked. Now I restarted everything. You guys can give it a whirl now. Reject all. Return thy points to their pockets. Did it work? Alright, cool. Alright, wow.
God,
look
it's
at
gonna
me.
come back.
What are we doing? I don't even know what's going on. Hey, Pachamamaka. We're gonna play it one more time.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, thank you.
Pacha Kamak.
Pachakamak.
Pachamak. Arf.
I heard
Arf.
no one likes him.
There. I sent it to you, Sheena. This is what happened when chaos ensues.
Chaos.
Should I be scared?
Pacha Kamak.
I think you're gonna laugh.
Pachakamak.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Yo, Lil Red has rated with 2 viewers. Thank
Yo,
you.
Red. Saw you were going live.
Thank you for being here. What were you doing?
Welcome to the stream.
Mini Fox Girl raid. Fox Girls are the best.
Please tell me you're gonna make that a redeem on stream. Please.
Stop it. I'll send it in the courtyard.
Send it to Sora so she can stream it.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
Oh yes.
should
Yeah.
do that.
There you go.
What do I picture both Shino and Shadowcone like in the back of the freaking class, and they're just like showing each other freaking memes and just just laughing.
The cool kids in the back.
I sent it to Sora. I'll send it in the courtyard too.
Apparently, we're not the cool kids.
I
No,
will-
no, you are.
well,
It's
I gotta
in the
wait until
courtyard.
this game ends because it's a real player, so I can't not attack my minions. Oh, to call in that
What you gonna get?
Chow totally killed each other. That's bad.
No, not the chat.
Hey,
Yes, Chow.
We just need to put your face on it.
That Chow
Yeah.
got what was coming to it. We want that, and we want that, and we're gonna end turn. Give me supersonic. I need a supersonic. I think I'm going supersonic. Supersonic. Supersonic.
Ah, honey, you don't even know.
Are we stepping? Are we stepping into the Valley Girl territory?
Yes.
All right, all or nothing. Full power.
No, like Valley Girl, it sounds like this. God, seriously.
Oh, Planet Wisp.
Oh my God, I just
thank
want-
you for being here. You have a good night.
Oh my god, I just went to Starbucks and after doing my Pilates, and I just got myself this new Sabrina Carpenter drink from Starbucks.
You guys are trying. Listen to you.
I want the mocha without the mocha.
You can't. God's sakes. All right, well, thank you for being here, everybody. We are gonna call it for the night because I gotta do some. I still
Like,
gotta do
oh my
some
god,
stuff.
like totally.
Yeah.
Thank you for
That is
contributing.
self-etch.
Let me get that thing up on screen though for Shino and
So dumb. It's so
Shadow
dumb.
Kun. Apparently,
So
something
dumb.
magical happened.
No, just
Sora's like, okay, so like literally, I was just at the mall, right? And I was just trying to like vibe and get with a new lip gloss or whatever. And this girl, like, no offense, but she was like last season's boots with like ruffled skirt. Babe, it was giving 2009 Tumblr cosplay. So cringe.
Not cringe.
Like, girl, oh my god, can't believe it.
I know. She was like totally dying because Starbucks is out of oat milk again. Like, can you not? I can't do dairy. I'm not
Oat
going
milk.
to be like uploaded Insta, okay?
I like soy yogurt.
What the hell is even happening?
I don't even know.
Welcome.
I have been awake
Hey.
since 4 in the morning.
People wanted to know what Valley Girl was. That's Valley Girl, okay? Don't make me open up Pandora's box!
Oh my god,
So,
what a
what
bitch.
was I doing? Oh yeah, I need to share this thing. All right, where's my browser?
Nobody better clip that at all.
It's
I'm like trying to focus so hard, but I can't.
It's like, I'm Sora Starlight. I only use like 75% of my brain, and I'm just like, I can only focus on like 2 things at a time. Not, but that gets a little bit more confusing. So I just focus on one thing.
I'm going to end you. I'm going to end you somehow.
oh no.
In, like,
And
the
Sora's
best-
like, don't make me call daddy on you.
What, we
I
have
heard
to say daddy? Well, this is about to get awkward. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right.
It's so dumb.
What is
Why?
it, Coachella?
Why,
Odd.
Shino? Why?
I still got the game going. Hang on. Let me mute that. Where's that? Die.
What sense?
All right, here we go, everybody.
I'll stop the Valley Girl. I'm sorry.
Was that Shino?
No, you're not.
Is that Shino or Shadowkun?
Yes.
That's Shadow.
That is clearly Shadow.
I mean, it could be Shino, like pitched up.
No, that's Shino. That is not Shino.
Am I
That's
just supposed to
Shadow.
keep it going, like. should I
No.
Oh my
This is-
god.
Oh, this is what happens on the dark side.
Oh no!
That is That is
Thank
redonkulous.
God I'm a Jedi.
Here we
Very
are.
That is very redonkulous. I swear to God.
Sheena kicked me down. Ah! That's why I also was laughing when you made that post on Twitter with the high ground. And I'm like, yeah. I was going to post it as a reply. You know what? I should do that.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Yeah, I made a
Oh,
post of a
okay.
meme that someone made with me as Obi-Wan and Shadow Kun as Anakin Skywalker. Well, I should say Darth Vader before he got burned alive. I'm like,
Well-
it's over, Shadow Kun. I have the high ground, and she's like, how dare you take the high ground from me?
How dare you? This is what happens. I fall down.
I love you all. I'm so tired. Here we go. We're rating Brent Zone. We're rating Brent Zone.
Wait, what?
That's Sora.
All right then.
Everybody,
All
thank
right
you
then.
for being here tonight for the second episode of the Sonic Experience. We had Isabel on.
What
Go
the
check her
heck?
Out. And what the heck? What happened? Am I responsible for the what the heck? Okay. No. Okay. Cool. I lost my vibe. Where are we? Okay.
They were playing the what was it? The that stuff.
Zorba, could you
the
cool
prince.
for a second and hydrate?
I don't believe anything you guys are saying.
Starlight,
No,
what are you
I ain't doing
doing?
anything. You can't
Buttons
make
pressed.
me. Everybody.